Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rush Racing League Division 6, the finale here. Yes, it is. It's round 19 and round 20 combined, but we're starting off at the Mexico Grand Prix for round 19. One-shot quali. I am joined by the man in the Red Bull in Division 3 and the TP manager, known as the director, known as a lot of names. It is Squash Josh. Good evening.
Evening, mate. Lovely to be here on this wonderfully chilly Australian night. I'm keen to see some racing. Hopefully that spices things up a bit.
Good man, I am indeed. This is going to be absolute fireworks. And look at this. We've finally got you a graphic Division 6. Look at that. Iraq Lobster leading the way with 290 points. Then you've got Edge in P2 with 288 points. And then you've got Thunderballs with 267. How close can this get? How close can this be on the finale of tonight? What can go wrong? What can go right? These guys are going to be under extreme pressure, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to play for here. It's a good little battle, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys go tonight with that little bit of mental pressure. So as we're underway, SJ, here we go.
We are underway, and we're not going to show you who it is because we've not been doing that. We've been giving it a little bit of suspense. But I'm going to go back to this. Who's your money on tonight? If you had to put it on someone that is in, that's in the driving seat, who would you give the championship to tonight?
Oh, look, Edge has been strong despite his couple of missed races. But, Mexico is one of those tracks that can catch a lot of people by surprise. So, I think Edge is in with a good shout. Just got to keep it clean, stay out of trouble. I've got to have a look at the results, see who else is sitting up there.
Well, you've got Iraq with 290, Edge on 288, and Thunderbolts 267. Thank you very much. What now? How you going, mate? Hope you're good. How are we tonight, lads? Good to everyone is. I think everyone's looking very, very forward to this. I think this is the most exhilarating everyone's for because Division 3 is done. This is the last one, isn't it? This is the last one. This has everything on it. Who is going to win tonight? This is going to be the question, and a few new drivers as well. A few reserves jumping out of the Moonworks there. Of Claire is back in this race as well. So we'll jump on board. We'll look at who's going to take pole position.
That was a fantastic lap. It was by quite some margin, as our results are about to pop up. There we go.
There we go. Twitch Brutus, 1:14.6. Jesus, where did he come from for that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was quite a gap.
Okay, interesting. Claire in P2 with a 1:15.2. China with a 1:15.2. Edge with a 1:15.3. J-Man with a 1:15.3. Ranieri with a 1:15.5. Iraq with a 1:15.6. Then Coops, then Paul and Hell, Woofer, Filthy, Bruce, David, and I don't get the last couple
Thunder.
there. But yeah, that's incredible. Where's this guy come from? I've got no idea what's going on there. That is a very
Imagine that. Rock up and throw it on pole for your first race. Good on him. Looking to see, we'll see how he goes. Qualifying pace is definitely different to race pace, but we're about to find out whether Brutus has got the race pace to back his quali pace up.
Yeah, he's still 6.
What?
Okay, all right, all good. Well, let's see. That's. I'm gonna let you take this one away, Josh. But that's some serious pace there from.
If that was pole in Div 2, Yuki, Div 2 is a bit washed.
don't
5 red lights.
Don't get him going, please.
And I'll wind him up. Away we go, SJ. We are underway. Let's get our info. I'm going to jump on board with our P3 sitter currently. Fantastic little getaway there, all keeping it pretty tidy, heading down into turn 1. Good 600 metre run into turn 1 here. I haven't seen any damage yet. A little bit of contact there with the lead, but
bit of drama there between Paul and Helen Coops on
like
at the back.
I can't see any damage on them, so hopefully it was just light contact that's caused a half spin.
I'm just keeping an eye on there. Nothing at the moment.
We actually have a full field on mediums, SJ. Not a single person has opted for the alternative tyre strat tonight.
Nope. Claire's gone for the move already on on Brutus. So yeah, he obviously has the quali pace, but not the race pace, because here they go.
Oh, Edge goes through as well.
So Twitch lost 2 spots there. Has he got damage on that Ferrari? No, he hasn't. No, and then Bruce has got a 3-second time penalty. Edge is ready to pounce on Claire, and we've got drama going on in this race already. So we saw a fantastic start in qualifying, but we're seeing a completely different system in the race, as Brutus is right behind. Edge is going to go for the move for the pole position on lap 2. He's not messing around. Doesn't go for the move. Edge is going to go side by side with Claire. Claire lets him go, and there you go. Edge into P1, Claire into P2, Twitch Brutus into P3, and he's now having a nice little battle there against with Claire. Twitch back into P2. Where are the 2 front runners? And at the moment, we've got Iraq Lobster in P6, Ranieri in P8, Thunderballs in P8 as well, the double McLaren. I'll pass it back to you, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all been pretty quiet. You know, they're all, Brutus is going for a move on Edge, having a look. I just hope that these guys don't come to blows, because Edge has all to play for tonight. You know, he's been fairly consistent most of the season. We've actually got some yellows. Looks like there is a couple of Alpines at the back. So, yeah, Jaden not having the best of luck back there. Looks like he's getting going again now, which is good. Just a little bit curious as to what's going on there. I can't see any damage on his car there, SJ, so hopefully he's just been able to get himself up and going, but yeah, it looks very twitchy there, so
yeah, definitely.
He will need a safety car to be brought back into this. Oh my goodness, it looks like he may even have rear wing damage with the way that car is wobbling. So that's really unfortunate. Lap 3, or 2, I should say, and his race is all but over if he's got any rear damage to that car.
Yeah, which is such a shame at the moment. Claire in the lead though, with Twitch, Brutus in P2, Edge in P3. He's got J-Man and China and Iraq Lobster and Thunderballs. Look at this, you would never have thought it. Thunderballs and Iraq Lobster behind, battling at one another on track tonight. So this is going to be very interesting to see. The question is China, J-Man going to get out of the way and let this championship battle commence? We'll have to wait and see. They don't have to. They have no reason to get out of the way, as China is ready to make a move on J-Man. Goes for the move. No, doesn't. Decides not to. Thunderballs is going to go for the move. Doesn't get the move done there on a Iraq Lobster. This is early days though, Josh. We've seen a lot happen in Mexico in the last few races, as we've seen.
What's going on there?
A bit of drama as Bruce has lost his front wing there, so a bit of drama going on there. Claire does the fastest lap. We've got a lot of things going on, but the front guys are pulling away. Sarah Jaden is all over the place. I don't know what is going on with that car. If it's not right, mate, just retire, or it's up to you if you want to keep it going, but he is all over the place. As Bruce gets a 10-second for speed in the pit lane, and I think that could be the night done there. We'll have to wait and see, unless he's going to go onto the hards. But problems going on at the back there, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Those drivers aren't having a good night so far. So he's thrown on the set of hards. He's got a new wing on there for Bruce, so he'll be able to go. But you know, this is all going to stay pretty status quo, I think, SJ, until we hit about sort of lap 7, 8, and I think we're going to see a flurry in the pit lanes, as these guys will be wanting to get onto those hard tyres. You know, as much as the mediums have the pace, they just their durability, especially around Mexico, just isn't great. Very renowned for overheating very quickly, and at that point, these drivers are going to start to struggle even more. As it looks like who's gone around again? Looks like Paul in Hell. Paul in Hell's had a bit of a spin. Coop in Sticks in Sector 2 also had a bit of an issue. So, yeah, I think these high-speed corners in that Sector 2, SJ, are catching some of our drivers out tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and I think the guys down from P9 down up to P1 are all good. You know, they're all in the DRS at the moment. You've got obviously Ranieri working with his teammate Thunderballs, and you got China that's just been overtaken there by Iraq Lobster. Iraq Lobster now going for a move, trying to get a move on J-Man at the moment. So we're watching out the break there.
David's going around. Oh, he was having a look at Filthy Orange too. So plenty of action going on. Plenty of drivers looking at these little battles here. Really good to see these guys are keeping it so clean so far up the front.
Yeah, they are. But look how close they all are, and they've got to be careful on the braking zones, especially braking points in this area of the track here. This is the hardest part, especially in that Sector 2 area with that nice slow area part here. And then obviously the S's really having to try and push the car and get a really good momentum and smoothness round. Very easy to lose it there or even validate there is we've seen Iraq Lobster. Iraq Lobster's made a mistake and he's dropped down into P9.
Oh, no.
Thunderbolts is up into P5 now. Bit of drama for the man that is leading this championship. Woofer is dropping into P8. Ranieri into P7. China into P6. Thunderbolts will be licking his lips and so will Edge. There's only one spot between Thunderbolts and Edge now, and that is J-Man in the middle. There you go, Josh. One mistake already, and someone has had a yellow. And it's Paul and Hell that's gone around. A lot of people making mistakes in Sector 2, Josh, at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those circuits, you know, the curbs sit up just a little bit, especially on that first turn into Sector 2. So often it's so easy to bottom the car out there, and that, you know, with the grass on the exit as well, it just causes havoc. So yeah, they've got to be really careful heading into Sector 2, and yeah, they just need to focus on their lines, make sure they're getting their braking points right, and that'll tidy that sort of sector up for them a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely, as we're seeing Claire still in the DRS of Brutus at the moment, but these guys look very, very nervous, and she looks very nervous going through the S's. There, as you see, she got 3 seconds, and that pushes Edge into 2 at the moment. He'll be rubbing his lips together. Thunderbolts is going to go for the move on J-Man. Gets the move done, and lovely, up into P4. Now he's going to target Edge, and he's going to try and get in the DRS.
Or J-Man sends it. Oh, here we go. Oh, contact between J-Man and China. Oh, J-Man's just tucked in behind Ranieri there, so yeah, he just needs to settle down. Opportunities later in the race. It is a long race. Now we've got 18 laps left.
Have you got Claire as a friend?
I did.
Awesome. If you could, get her back in, that'd be great, because she's just left. Sarah Jade just getting a 3-second. Wow, McLaren pushed J-Man off track there. No, I don't think so, Yuki.
All right.
J-Man went too far.
Invite her.
I don't know which
invite has been sent,
unless it was Ranieri. Okay. But there's a lot of drama going on at the moment as Claire has slowed down. Edge is now into P2. He is in a great position to try and even take the win here at Mexico. We've got Twitch Brutus up in that P1. Dad, do you believe that? I don't know if you caught on that. Thunderballs pushed J-Man off the track.
I think it was just a little bit of tangling. It may have been, but I don't think that was what actually started J-Man being out of position there. So
actually on the right hand side, in the overtake, he's gonna get his elbows out tonight. He's gonna get his elbows out tonight. He's not gonna mess around. This is a championship fight up for grabs here. You know, this is he's made a big bank slapper there, going into the last sector, and that's lost him a little bit of time. What's happened? Thunderbolts has gone into the wall, and he's had contact with J-Man.
Oh, what is going on?
What has happened there? He's like he's got stuck, and then.
It looked to me like Thunderballs was already around, and J-Man's also come around and slammed the brakes on and lost it. So, yeah, we'll have to see what's going on there. But
3 seconds for Brutus.
Yeah, pens are flying tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Yuki. That was commentator's curse, beyond belief there. So, my bad.
We were on board him, and then we were talking about what happened, and then all of a sudden they come in that error. Obviously, that'll be noted by the stewards, but he's now down in P8. Haven't made a stop yet on P7. So, still, it's a tough ask. He's now behind Iraq Lobster when he was in front of Iraq Lobster, and Edge at the moment in control of this race. Pressure is going to be on him massively now because Iraq Lobster is only 2 spots behind with no penalties. He's made a mistake already, but we know that this guy's got some serious pace. But yeah, this is going very, very well for the Mercedes driver Edge tonight. And yeah, interesting to say the least on lap 8 out of 25. But this, I got to say, I don't think this race is over, Josh. I really don't.
No, absolutely not. J-Man's was lucky enough to dive into the pits there and be able to jump onto those hard tyres. So he'll have a significant pace advantage. That undercut against some of these leading pack that he was in will help to bring him back in there, as we've got Iraq and Thunder diving into the pits to jump onto those hards as well. So this race has really just opened up. That Sector 3 catching a couple of the drivers out. It is a reasonably low grip track, and it looks like potentially some of these guys just haven't put as much practice in as they need. As what do we have? We've got Sour Jaden here. Oh, stay off the track, mate. Stay out of the way of the leaders, please. Oh, he's reset to track. Or he got reset to track, and that has caused one of our drivers to spin there, which looks like it could be Paul.
Oh,
what is going on? All right, come on.
What's he doing?
Come on, stay off the track. Stay off the track. Stay out of the way.
Yeah, well, that's DSQ all the way. So unfortunately,
yeah, not sure what's going on there. Whether he's retired on track, but
he has retired on track.
Yeah. Really unfortunate, mate. Just for future reference, need to be doing that in the pits if that has been you doing that yourself. So yeah, you can't be retiring on track because yeah, that's tough. But thankfully, none of our leaders were impacted, as we've had Edge and China dive into the pits here. SJ Brutus continued on, so this race has really opened up. And looking at our track map there, there's a big field spread, so plenty of gaps for these top guys to be boxing into.
Yeah, it is at the moment. Obviously, you've got the top 6 on the mediums as well, and there's no sick Paddy either, so he's another driver that could have really caused a bit of a problem in tonight's race, but unfortunately he's not here. So Faders is on his own tonight, which is a bit of a shame, but we've got a few pens as well. We've got Claire with the 3, it looks like it, and we've also got Twitch Brutus with the 3 as well, and also Brutus with 13, so really struggling. Question is, these guys already on the hards, and Edge already on the hards, and he's got the jump on China and David and Thunderballs and J-Man as well. So yeah,
Jaden's left the session, so I hope he realises there is a second race there.
Yeah, just ask.
I have just sent Claire an invite. Claire has just joined, so glad that she's back in. Yeah, Mexico is one of those tracks there, Vroms, it's a precision track. You have to be very precise with your lines through Sector 2, otherwise it can go very wrong very quickly. So, what have we got? We've got our leaders now boxing SJ. We've got Brutus is continuing on. He's on lap 11 lap old mediums. Those cannot be feeling good with an 18-second back to Claire. So, I think it's about a 24-second pit loss here. So he'll be wanting to box this lap, I'd imagine, just to avoid being undercut too much. And he has earned himself a good 2-lap tyre offset, so that may pay dividends later on. We will see. Time will tell.
Yeah, definitely. And you got the hards as well. There's a massive gap though. Edge is 2.4 behind Claire, but there's 3-second gap from China to Edge. So whatever their strategy's worked, it's worked to a T there, because he's got a massive gap. As Paul and Hell is out, and he's retired.
Yeah, he's done that in the pits. So well done to him, as we've got Brutus in the box as well. So Brutus will come out behind Edge and Claire. Probably China, I would have a guess at. I just hope that Paul's AI card doesn't hold Brutus up too much. This could be really unfortunate. Yeah, he's stuck behind him. It's not too bad in the pits. He's gone round him perfect. Well done. Yeah, so China's about to come up. Oh, come on, game. Get rid of that car. Get rid of that car. Thankfully, it's staying nicely out of the way.
Yeah, so it moves over to the right. Oh!
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, yeah, there he goes. Cool. All right.
Oh, no!
What is this game doing? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, and then he's moving over to the left. And then J-Man has to go around the outside. Oh, my days. And Izzy went, please don't grab it. There you go.
We love this game.
He's gone off to the left-hand side. There we go. So we're going to go back onto the front as Edge has got right behind Claire. But guess who's got right behind him? Twitch. Brutus, he's gone right behind him and he's going to go for the move now. And he's on fresher tyres than Edge. Does have that 3-second time penalty as well. Can I do maths? Can I see MT? Is that overtaking in pits? I'm not sure. The car was deep.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. It was an AI car.
Twitch Brutus must be quick, but he's getting pins left, right, and centre. And, well, he's got another one now, and that pushes him into 6. 6 seconds. That is...
Yeah, that's going to hurt him at the back end of this race.
It is.
Even more so if we don't have the likes of China, Iraq, Lobster, and even David now, who's worked his way up nicely into those top 5. So yeah, Brutus needs to be a little bit more careful here now and keep it within track limits moving forward. Otherwise, he's going to just cost himself positions.
Or pull away because he's nearly pulled 9 and he's nearly pulled.
Yeah, well, that too.
He's pulled a
that
second
too. So
already. How many? Plenty of drivers. Do you mean how many penalties? Is that what you mean, mate? How many penalties?
Yeah, I'm going to say
6
4 drivers. 4 drivers.
10 for Ranieri, so that must be either a collision or in the pits. 13 for Bruce and 3 for Claire. We've got yellows. And who's round there? That looks like that's faded.
Not sure.
What's that Aston doing? Oh no, she's glitching all over the place. She's gone from 14th to 12th.
Yeah, that was a bit odd. I saw that, but seems to be okay.
Okay, I'm just trying to find out what's the Aston doing. It's reversing into the pits.
Oh, we've got a full safety car. That's Claire.
What's happening
Looks like
there?
the game may have retired Claire, given where it is.
Wall. No, look, if you look around the corner, she's actually gone into the wall.
Yeah, might have lost it on that curb. That's a bit of an interesting spot to lose it. Now, Coop got himself a 10-second penalty. What do you do here, SJ? Do you box? Do you box onto your fresh set of mediums and go to the end? Because they will do that. Light fuel, bit of race. Like we've burnt off that fuel. What do you reckon our leaders do? These tyres are only 2 and 4 laps old for our top 2. What do you reckon?
I'm not sure. This race is all over the place at the moment. I've got no idea. We've seen some interesting driving there from Jaden. Paul and Hell retired even though he was in the points. And we've then just seen Claire apparently reverse into the pit exit and then bin it into a wall. So, yeah, I don't know. Brutus is continuing.
Okay, here we go. Just an update here on Paul and Hell. He's retired because he was given rear wing damage.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's really unfortunate there, Paulie. Grateful that we've got another race tonight, mate, so don't go anywhere. We do have our final mystery round. So
Iraq's in.
Iraq's in. We've also got... Mediums. Who else? Thunder? No, Ranieri. Ranieri in the box as well.
Okay.
So there are a few of these guys. This is interesting, SJ, because they're going to be on the fresher, faster rubber. And the safety car is now just about to bunch the field up. So this could be really interesting.
Well, this hurts Edge. I believe
it does.
Edge because he
I think it hurts Brutus the most currently. But yes, it does hurt Edge. You are right.
I think next situation here, you're going to bring everyone back into it. You've got China in P3. We know he's not no slouch. Woofer down there in P5. Some really, really good positions there. Faded getting 3 seconds. Warnings on the safety car. That's interesting. Thunderballs there in P6. He needs to be able to get through Woofer and David pretty quick. He is on older tyres than Woofer and younger tyres
Yeah,
than David. So interesting. One I'm going to watch out for is Iraq Lobster.
I agree. I think we're going to have 2 laps under safety car here to bunch the field up. Sitting in P9 with the freshest, he's the leading fresh tyre runner. So it's going to be interesting. He's going to have to make moves and make them quickly so that the lead pack don't get away. But it will then become a question of how well he can protect those tyres to get himself through to the end. So, yeah, watch this space.
Well, yeah, because you're going to probably have, lap 15, 16, so they're on 16. And the safety car will come in lap 17. So, yeah, I think...
Yeah, there's only eight laps to do on those mediums. He's put himself in a really good position here.
But he's got to get through the traffic. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yes, that will be the challenge.
And is China and David going to fight Edge? Is Edge going to fight Twitch? Is Twitch going to make a mistake? He's already falling down the pecking order now. If you look where he's going to finish, if we finish on the safety car, he's finishing
last. He's going to finish last. If we finished under safety car, Brutus finishes last.
No, he'll finish 11th. He'll finish 11th because Bruce has got 13 seconds. So he'll finish around 11th.
True.
And Claire's left the session, so hopefully...
yeah.
Just letting her know that there's another race.
I should just be doing a console restart if that's what she wants to do.
Okay. Alright, well, safety car's coming in, as I said, and Coops is going to have to surf this straight away. He'll be happy, though, because he's in the points, and he'll just stick at it, and he'll get points. And he's had a really good few weeks last week. He's got points in every single race, so good on him, compared to, obviously, at the start of the season. So he'll be happy with that, and that's the way to go. The question is, how is this front going to go? And Josh, I'll let you take this away on board Edge for this one. So all over to you.
All right, just jumping up on board. All right, here we go. So I think Edge is actually in a really good position here. He's P2. He's going to get the slipstream. I actually wonder as well if he's running slightly lower downforce than Brutus, just given how easily that these guys have caught Brutus initially after the first lap. We flicked through turn 1, 2, 3, nice and tidy. Can't really see too much drama going on, but I am on board with Edge. So we head down into turn 4, 5, 6, and 7. Keeping it nice and tidy. Lots of space. Very respectful there from Brutus. Taking the undercut line there to try and get the up and under. We head around into sector 2. This is the sector that's been catching a lot of people out, as Coupon Sticks has actually already been dropped. I don't think he was able to catch up there, so... Through sector 2 we go, nice and tidy.
He served his drive.
Brutus staying.
J-Man getting a pen.
That's why.
J-Man getting a pen.
Yeah.
Brutus is not letting Edge.
That's gonna.
Oh, Brutus is gonna come back at Edge. He's gonna come back at China. He's gonna put China off. These guys don't.
Oh, contact between. Oh, China's lost in the front left end plate. Oh, no.
There's drama here because Edge is pushed out 8.5 tenths. China's got damage to the front. Ranieri's got a 3-second time penalty. David, it's all going on there. Brutus did not need to do that, and he's pushed China into P3. David is now going to make the move on China. Thunderballs is following very, very closely behind that to see what happens. Thunderballs is looking at P4. Edge is looking at P1 at the moment, and Iraq Lobster is behind on the mediums, who is absolutely flying at the moment, but is currently only 6.5 tenths behind Thunderballs. So this is the question: Is Brutus going to get in the way of Edge now? He's got in the way of China. Is he going to do the same to Edge? That's going to be the question.
Yeah.
There's a long way to go in this race still. It's not over yet. 18 laps out of 24.
No, it's certainly not. I hope that these guys don't come to blows, and I think Edge probably be feeling the pressure of him breathing down his neck, and it makes me wonder whether Edge should just play the smart game here, let him past and just sit behind him. We know that he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties, so I think Edge needs to be smart here. He doesn't need to fight it. Just needs to stay within that. He can sit in his DRS, save his battery, fight the cars behind to try and get away, or if he needs to. But best bet is working with Brutus here to try and get away and break that gap to DRS, which they have actually done. So if you look at that, China has fallen off, and that'll be the impact of that front left-hand plate missing, playing a big part through Sector 2.
That will, definitely, as Edge stays in behind. But if Brutus holds Edge up, then they've got a massive opportunity to get through as David loses out there to China. Thunderballs is on the back of David, trying to get the move done there. Iraq Lobster now is 4.5 tenths. There's Yellows at the back.
Oh, what have we got?
And he... Oh, that is a bad re-entry there. He's come right into the front of Bruce. And that'll be noted as well. Lap 19.
They are both missing opposite end plates too.
Oh, yeah, 2 doors onto it, which is good to see. There we go. Edge in front at the moment. 1.2 though. Twitch Brutus pulling away again. He did this earlier on. So this race may not be over. If Brutus can bring in that 6-second gap, I know it's a big ask, but he's got 5 seconds to do it. And yeah, if he can do it, then well, what a drive. But Edge is at the DRS at the moment. China is at the DRS. David is in his DRS. Thunderballs is in his DRS. Iraq Lobster is in his DRS, and Thunderballs has made a big mistake, which is going to give Iraq Lobster the big jump on him. And here we go. It's Iraq versus Thunderballs, mediums versus hards. Thunderballs has got less battery. Iraq is going to go for the move up into P5, and as it stands, will finish P4. Now he's going to target David. This is not over, and Iraq Lobster is definitely going for this. Can he do it in 5 laps, Josh? That's going to be the question, because he's got David and China. And, well, if he can, and he's going to go for the move on David. No, he's hit David! He's hit David!
Oh, no.
Oh, no! What's happened there? He's hit David! No drama, though. I think I'm surprised he's got no damage.
No damage. No, yeah, me too. I just caught the end of that, actually. So, yeah. Be curious to see what's going on there, but, yeah.
He's going to do it all again. He just done it, and he's now going to do it again. Right,
I think he just needs to. He also needs to be a little bit patient here. He needs to wait for a mistake. You know, he's on that fresh rubber. He has the best tyres of those top 7 drivers tonight. So he's got the pace. We know that. He's just got to be smart about it now. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here as we head on to lap 21, SJ.
Yeah, it is coming very, very close to the closing stages, going on to the mystery, and I think this is going to go to the last race of the season at the moment as it stands. Iraq Lobster really does need to make up some spots here. The gap is pretty big. It's 25 for first, remember, and at the moment, Iraq Lobster's trying to get the move done. Thunderballs up into P4. This is not over. These guys are still going to fight this. They are still going to take this all the way. Thunderballs is 1.1 behind China's DRS, and I think he will get it because China is really going to struggle with that front left plate, and Edge is 2.8 seconds adrift from Twitch Brutus at the moment, which is incredible. He's managed a 3-second gap on Edge. He's only going to make another 3 seconds and he'll win the race.
Yeah, he might do this yet.
He's gunning, isn't he? He's absolutely gunning, and China is catching Edge now in the DRS. He's now in the DRS of Edge nearly, and Thunderballs is so close.
Very close. Very, very close. Oh, here we go. So, I mean, the good thing is here for China, as long as he can avoid those track limits, he's put himself in a good position, and he'll be a little bit quicker down the straight because he doesn't have that end plate. But you can see there, he's just lost 2 tenths through Sector 2. So he is going to have to fight this hard, and he just needs to try and get that very distant toe from Edge there, as Thunderballs and Iraq Lobster look like they were banging wheels in the background there. Here we go. Thunder giving Iraq the squeeze. Don't squeeze him onto the grass. Moving across into the braking zone. Well done, boys, as Iraq goes through. So Iraq is making the moves, SJ. He is on a charge, and he's a very real shout at P3 here, but maybe even P2. What has gone on there?
I jumped on board with the on board there for Whiff, and Whiff has been connected and dropped down into P10. It is all going off here, and yeah, we're on board with Whiff at the moment. He's now 2.5 seconds. I'm going to redeem that for you, Whiff, because he has lost a few spots, so I will redeem it. And Alright Lobster has done it again. He does it every week, and he's done it again. He's got a late penalty. Oh no! That is massive! He's going to have to make 2 seconds on Thunderballs in the space of 3 laps.
That's huge.
And he does this every time when it doesn't need to happen. He gets a penalty at the wrong time. And look where he is. He's right behind China. He's right behind Edge. Again. It's so frustrating because you know he can do it, but then he just gets that penalty and it just changes the dynamics of the race. And on that note, who is going to get the driver of the day? We're going to have to start talking about that, Josh.
Yeah, we absolutely are. Let's have a look at some info here. Let's see what we've got. Position change. Okay, so
I'm going to go with David, and you can go with Thunderbolts.
To be fair, I was actually just about to say Thunderballs. He's come up 9 positions. He's kept it clean. He's probably going to finish 10 positions up from where he started, presuming he can hold on to the back of Iraq Lobster here. They're the 2 big movers for us in this race so far.
Yep. Okay. Well, there you go. We'll just put them in quickly now. I'm just putting them in. So it doesn't make it look biased, because if you go for a Red Bull and I go for a McLaren, there we go. All right, let's put the driver of the day in. We've got 23 laps out. Filthy Orange is out.
Filthy Orange is just DNF'd. What's going on?
Unfortunately,
Mexico's not normally one for so many DNFs.
No, it's not, but it is tonight because they know that there's pressure on, and the way it is at the moment, Edge is into P3. China has got the job done. Iraq Lobster has got the job done on both of them, and he's going to move on Twitch.
Wow.
Oh, it's all kicking off now. Is China going to be able to hold on? Is China going to cause a big problem here and get in the way of Edge's opportunity of winning this championship? This is another thing, because Iraq Lobster now is going to have to really motor. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Those mediums are going to be on good positions. But things have changed very, very drastically in this race. And Thunderbolts has also got a penalty as well. So, absolute drama in this race, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's been a lot more dramatic than I anticipated. As I said, Mexico's not normally one where we get so many DNFs. I mean, I know a couple have been retirements, but this seems to be causing a lot of problems for these drivers tonight, SJ.
It is, and the driver of the day is in. I will give you an on. We've got an on board now for Edge, and Edge has got a 3-second. So all top 3 have got pins, and if China keeps it like this, China is going to win this race. And David is going to finish P2. Well, maybe P3. Maybe P3.
Yeah, it's looking like China needs to get a bit of a move on.
Josh,
China needs to be within 0.2 of Edge at the conclusion of this lap to get the win.
Take it away.
So pressure is on there. We have Brutus has just driven off into the sunset. So GG's to him. As I'm just going to jump on board here with Edge, SJ, as Two Doors just confirmed that Filthy Orange's DNF was a skill issue, so really unfortunate for him. We swing around into Sector 2 for the final time here. Now, China is pushing hard. He is right up the back of Edge. It's going to be really difficult for him in that Sector 3 with that broken wing to hold on to this gap, but if not, he's guaranteed a P2. So, and David, David's struggling here. He's just dropped off. Edge is going for a move. Iraq did really well there to get that stopped. Yeah. And that's actually kept China. Twitch has had it.
To finish in front. Oh my days! China finishes in P2, and Brutus actually wins the race. Incredible.
Yeah. Brutus had an unreal Sector 3 there.
How?
these guys fighting has allowed him to get away there.
Look at that.
But what a race!
Look
What
at
a race,
that.
SJ.
Edge third, Iraq fourth, and Thunderballs fifth. You would never have called it. You would never have called it, unfortunately. It is incredible. And, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that was. And, well, what an end. 12 drivers finishing. David getting driver of the day, and get these guys in for a quick interview. Twitch, China, and Edge. One interview question each while we set up the lobby, Josh. So I'll leave you to get that sorted.
Yeah. Good. Just throwing the provisionals in for our drivers. We've had China jump in.
Wow.
All right, so we're going for a mystery round, are we?
Well, we're just going to
Welcome in, China.
We're going to have a quick interview.
Thank you, mate.
And then we'll go on to the mystery very, very quickly, because I've just got to finish the results. Because I've then got to add it in as well. All right, so we'll jump on board with some interviews in a second. So what a race that was. So we've got Twitch Brutus taking pole position and fastest lap there. I don't know how he done that in the end. That was incredible. China in P2. What a drive from him. Edge in P3 and managed to get the jump on Iraq Lobster right at the end. And then obviously Thunderballs finishing P5. David just missing out there. Did obviously have no pens, but just didn't have the time there in P6. But he'll be happy with that. Then Ranieri in P7. J-Man, Woofer, Faded, Bruce, Coops on Sticks. Unfortunately, Filthy Orange, Claire, Oroki, Paul and Hal, Sarah, Jaden, all out of this race. Let's get some quick interviews very, very quickly. Where these guys are. So we've got Brutus. China's already in here. And Edge. Okay. All right. It's yeah. I will let you take it away, Josh, with the interviews.
All right. Who have we got? We've got Edge in. Okay, all right. So we'll start with our P3. Get place. Edge, how are you, mate?
Stress.
and the worst.
We're about to get stuck in very shortly.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Good luck. Thanks.
Okay, all right, right. Well, there we go. We've had a few of the guys chat there. What a great first start of the night. Now here comes the big one. I'm just going to make sure I've got everything, like everyone can hear. Can everyone hear on the audio? Okay, that's all good. It's a little bit of silence. We apologise. I'm trying to do 5 things at once. Feel free. I'm not an octopus. Josh, mate, what do you think that these guys will want as the track?
Look, it's a good question. I know, Monaco brings its own set of challenges. Canada, again, another track limits, along with Qatar, very track limit heavy. We've got Imola. So look, I don't know. It's we've got 3 tracks in there that are pretty brutal on the track limits. Monaco's going to bring carnage, which is always exciting from a spectator's point of view. But I'd hate to see it go down to the wall with Monaco. So yeah, look, I don't know. I think China's not a personal favourite of mine. I would love to see Monaco for Div 3 on Wednesday night. But yeah, we will see how we go here, mate.
All right. Well,
so I think let's
get this on
spin
the road.
That
here we go.
wheel.
3, 2, 1.
Right, here we go.
We're going back to Canada. Well, hey. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
we are
okay.
off
Here we go.
to Canada, and I've just got to put this in very, very quickly.
Canada, we need a short quality there, China. Thank you. And I think we're good to go.
Yeah, I just got to sort my end out, thank you. And I've just got to sort a few things out because I've opened so many streams, and so we're going to go straight on to here. Okay, so hopefully, can we all hear? I just want to just double check if everyone can hear on this now, because we are going to just get rid of all of these. I'm going to get rid of that one. You won't be able to hear for the time being because I'm sorting something out. Okay, so here we go. Right. Okay. They are the 2 screen shares that I want to do. Okay, all right, we'll leave it on that one. All right, we got a short race at Canada. Now, what do you think we're going to see here? We saw a little bit of drama last night with the safety car. All the champions, hardly any time to any practice. So this is going to be very interesting, isn't it, across the board, how it's going to go here. And hopefully we've got everyone in. Do we have Claire back in? Yes, we do. We have 15.
Yep. Claire should be there.
Okay.
Yep, I think. Right. Oh, should we have 16?
Who was the 16?
Who are we missing?
Let me just have a look. Who are we missing? There was no one in the Mercedes. There was no Alpine. Well, that guy's gone. So obviously he's not coming back. So yeah, no, that's it. Because that is a lot, I think. I'm just double checking now. Nope, that's fine. We're good. We're good to go. That is it.
Yep.
We're running with 15. Okay. All right. For the last time, for Division 6, you are feel free to, green flag. And it's raining. Lovely. Okay. Interesting. Right, on this one, Josh.
Come on, J-Man. Hit that button, mate.
Going to be interesting, isn't it? No practice here, and the championship is going to the wire. Now, this is how it works. They are tied, Edge and Iraq Lobster, with 305 points each after that race of Mexico, pending penalties. If any one of those DNF, or both of them DNF and Thunderballs, wins the race, he will win the championship by 1 point.
Wow, it's incredibly tight, isn't it? Bolts, I'm wanting full wet Monaco, mate, for Wednesday mystery, but that is definitely staying on the wheel.
Yeah, everything's staying on the wheel. We're not.
But speaking of wet, my screen has just loaded, and it is absolutely pouring here in Montreal. So
yeah, sorry, my thing keeps cutting out and keeps cutting out my browser screen, so I do apologise. I've got 3 screens going off at once all the time, so I do apologise at the moment. We will get this sorted. Just bear with me. You'll see screens all over the place at the moment, but we will get it sorted. 2 seconds. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Right, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that, guys, but yes, here we go. It is 3-way championship still up for grabs. Datora and Edge going into this race level on points. 305 points each. Thunderballs in third at the moment, 280 points. So if anything happens in this race, then he can still win this race. A lot of pressure, a lot of drama, Josh.
yeah, absolutely. And like Edge said, he's feeling the pressure. He is stressed. Bolts, I'm going to take personal offence to the fact that you think no one likes me. That is your opinion, and I'll see you on a wet track for Monaco, mate. No, I'm joking. But look, this is it, SJ. This is the finale of Div 6, our very first Div 6 in Rush, and it comes down to the last race. So it goes to show that most of our drivers have been very competitive right across the season. Looks like we've got some of them going out there on wets. Let's have a look. Some are on inters. We will see what happens. So I think the key here, SJ, for our drivers is to get some laps in for quali whilst it's wet. That racing line looks as though it's going to appear shortly, and keep it out of the walls. They need a good position now to set their race up, especially Edge, Thunderballs, and who was our other one?
Iraq Lobster.
Lobster, yes, of course. So, yeah, curious to see how this plays out, mate. But here we go. What a way to finish our season off here from Div 6.
Yeah, definitely, and I think I just want to have a little bit of a talk on that. What a season it's been. A brand new division that's come into this season. And obviously there's been a bit of a change in pace from the top of the grid to the bottom. But these guys should be absolutely should be so proud of themselves of how they've done. They've given it a full season. Some have come in obviously halfway through and probably really felt it. Some are probably worrying about the attendance, that they would have been a bit more further. But what a division, and we never knew what Division 6 was going to do. So I'm extremely proud as an owner, and I don't know about you as a director, and with this division, because it's shown extreme competitive racing on a 20-race calendar, and we're going to the final race of the season between two guys who have been phenomenal. And a third, do not forget, anything can happen in F1. We've seen that. I don't know. Have you got any take on that?
Oh, absolutely, mate. I think you're on the money there. Very, very well done to our Div 6 drivers. We were a little bit hesitant to introduce Div 6, but I think in many ways it's been good. Lots of learning throughout the season. Yeah, and just some really competitive and close racing. We've had a number of race winners across the season, some with a few more wins than others, but no, that's what you'd expect over a season, is that these drivers are going to improve. So, yeah, really curious to... It'll be good to see how they go as we move into Season 9, onto a new game, with the physics, the handling physics are all a bit different, so... Yeah, it'll be good to see some of these guys show their improvement and the skill level increase, and maybe see some of them jump up into Div 5 next season.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be very interesting to see where these guys end up next season as well. Obviously, some of them have driven up into Division 5. We've seen Edge make an appearance in Division 5. We've seen Claire. We've seen, obviously, Ranieri. We've seen Thunderballs, David, Woofer, J-Man. So it's going to be really interesting. And also the new dynamics of the new game, of what that is like. I played a little bit of the socials last night, and... yeah, it seems so much more fun, so much more smoother. The graphics are incredible. It makes the game look very, very good, and so far no complaints. So yeah, and also a big congratulations to everyone as well for keeping at it. Even though that 25 is out, it is a long season, and when a new game comes out, it's sometimes you want to get onto it as soon as possible and get amongst it, but these guys have decided to stay at it and keep going, and I really appreciate that from all of them, and I'm privileged to have you commentate this race, the last race of the season for Division 6.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure this season. Very competitive, but mate, just while I've got you, you mind just turning me down in your Discord? It seems to be coming through. These guys are saying that I'm very loud in the chat for some reason. But, I haven't actually changed any settings on my end.
Neither have I.
Oh, it's fixed. Okay, I don't know then. With very odd. I haven't changed a thing. I haven't even touched my mic. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, look, it's all good. It's all sorted. So anyway, let's get back to the action here, SJ. We've got Claire up there in P1 with a 122.7, closely followed by J-Man on the Inter 122.8. So we do know that this game is broken on the wets, and that the Inters are the much better wet tyre. In fact, I don't think I've actively chosen to go on a wet tyre the entire game.
Well, you are a wet merchant, aren't you? So, and we are seeing a dry line form. The question that these guys are going to have to try and answer is that these guys are going to need to do the laps on these tyres. They're going to need to do around 4 to 5 laps to get that wear on the intermediates so they can get quicker times. Doing one lap is probably not going to be the case, as Twitch Brutus does improve by a 122.190. I really do not know. It is really coming down here at the moment. You can see the dry line coming just on board with J-Man at the moment. I don't know. To be a 122.8 on Inters and a 122.1, I think it's quite crossover at the moment between the two, because that's a 7/10 gap from Twitch to J-Man. So at the moment, It looks like it's wet.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, looking at it on my screen, there's definitely a drier line there, and that straight away indicates that it's Inters. So yeah, if I were these guys on wets, I would be straight into the box, straight out on a fresh set of Inters, put 5 laps of fuel in the car, get a feel for it, come in for a fresh set, and then go for a final push lap on fresh set and low fuel. But that's the way I'd be approaching this session from here out.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and also, what is the weather for the race? That's going to be even more interesting. Are we going to have a wet Canadian race? Because this is a track which is going to be extremely difficult, as Iraq Lobster goes pole position with 121.554, and yeah. And his nemesis at the moment, who's battling him in the championship, is doing a 124.196. So he is way off the pace, unless that was a very slow banker. But he now does a 122. He's still a second off Iraq Lobster, and Iraq Lobster's done that on 1 lap. So Edge doesn't seem to have the pace in the wet. Could this be? This could be.
He might be on
interesting.
higher fuel. I mean, the way I would approach a short quali is I'd be out there straight away with about 8 laps of fuel, so you get 3, maybe 4 push laps. As looks like David just set a purple sector 2, but we can never trust this game. But yeah, anyway, sorry. So what I was saying is, approach a wet quali in a short session is 8 laps of fuel, get out there, do 5-6 laps, get a feel for the car, come in, drop down to 5 laps, go out for a push, an out lap, push lap, cool lap, push lap, and there's your quali session done. So plenty of time to just get plenty of track time and track acclimatization in these wet conditions.
Yeah, and everyone is going to score points as well. So that's another thing as well. 15 cars, all going to score points. We do not know what the conditions are going to be like in the race. We've got 7 minutes in at the moment. Iraq Lobster is leading the pole position with 121. He just invalidates there though, so he's going to have to go again. Twitch Brutus there is in that P2 of 121.655. J-Man with a 121.9, so no improvement there. Are we seeing an improvement from anywhere else? Edge is now coming into the pits. He's in P8. He's got Faded, David, Claire, China, J-Man, Twitch, all above him at the moment. The person behind him, he's got Ranieri, Coops on Sticks, Thunderballs, Filthy Orange, Bruce, Woofer, and Pornhell. Woofer and Pornhell both in the pits. Thunderballs out on a lap at the moment. He's actually invalidated. Some of these guys are really struggling, and we've got a double Aston at the front as Claire goes pole position with a 121.547 on the wets. This is really interesting. Look at the time difference between Claire and Iraq on 2 different tyre strategies. Aston looked like
It is fascinating.
they are on for a very good race start.
Yeah, absolutely, and that potentially might indicate a difference in setups. They might.
And Josh is gone. Hopefully he'll be back. We'll get him back in a sec. We just lost him, so hopefully we can get him back. We've got Yellows in Sector 3. He is back. Josh, you back with us?
We're back. Yeah, so the classic PlayStation kicking me from Discord. Nothing too serious. Haven't been dropped out of the game though, so
that's all good. Good to hear.
Still here. I was talking away, and then it just goes, you left the Discord chat. So love it. But anyway,
while you left,
we're back.
Twitch Brutus has actually now just taken pole position with 5 minutes left of quali. Claire in P2 and Iraq Lobster in P3, both on wet tyres at the front in P1 and P2.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And what I was saying is that can often come down to a bit of a setup difference, given that we've got, the 2 Astons there on 2 different tyres of tyre compounds, with a mere 8,000, 7 thousandths between them. So, yeah, really close there, and a bit of driver skill depending on, to put that lap difference in on those wets. That's actually a really good lap from Claire and Brutus. But you can see there, look, straight away, look at the difference there. 2 tenths up for Iraq Lobster on those old intermediate tyres. So if I was Iraq, I'd be diving into the pits now, onto that fresh set of mediums, drop some fuel out of the car, mediums, inters, and drop some fuel out of the car and hit that track to get 2 flying runs in before we finish up quali here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm on board with Thunderballs at the moment. He's in that P11 position. He's on a very, very nice dry line coming up. You can see now that nice dry line on the Inters, and they are definitely going to work their action now. How is he going to go into the Wall of Champions? This is the worst corner of the game. It can really push you over to the right-hand side and invalidate. You can do an amazing lap until the last corner and then invalidate. Thunderballs up into P6 there.
Definitely soft weather, Dido.
2-1-4. Edge, what is Edge going to do? How are we going to see an improvement from this man? He's 2.5 temps up, so he's looking at a 21.7 at the moment. I think it is. I could be right or could be wrong. Let's have a look. He's got Faded and David in front of him. He's in P9. He's really going to have to pull something out the bag tonight. It's like cat in the hat. You're going to have to pull something out the hat tonight, Edge, because the guys out in front are flying, especially two Astons in P1 and P3, or 121 flat. We could even see a 120 for Iraq Lobster on his next stint. Edge coming down the main straight. What's it going to be going into the World Champions? I absolutely hate this corner. Look at the hesitation. Has to be so worried. Now all the way across the line. What is it going to be? It's into the 21s, 7s, and I was right. He goes to a P5. Is there improvement in that Mercedes, Josh, with 3 minutes to go?
Yeah, I would hope that Edge has got a couple of laps of fuel there. So he'll go around, recharge those batteries, and go again for another flyer. I've just jumped on board David. If he can get it off the grass, would be ideal, but come across the line and a slight improvement there. So he's improved by a second. So it's definitely Inter's weather, not quite so soft weather there, Dido, but yeah, we've got some really quick laps popping in now with Iraq jumping onto that fresh set of mediums. He'll be coming out for one flying lap by the looks of it, along with Brutus and Claire all sitting there ready to go. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting end to our qualifying session here, SJ.
Yeah, it does look like it at the moment. The question is are these guys going to have enough time to get out again? You know, we're seeing Thunderballs. He is round at the moment. He looks like he is using that as a none lap, and he's going to use this one as probably his last one. This will be his last stint. He's in that P7 at the moment. He's done 3 laps on the intermediates. He's got a dry line. He's not on a lap at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see what happens going into this final lap. But this is the worrying thing. I'm just going to jump on board here with Coops on Sticks, right? You see going into this corner, it could be fantastic, and you can invalidate, and that's it. It's done. And then you've got to go through all the way around again. It's such a track that it's fine margins. And Coops on 6 goes up in a P9. Good job there from him. But it is fine margins at Canada, especially the World Champions, and especially in these conditions. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this track is tricky enough as it is when it's dry to keep it within the white lines. As you said, coming into that final chicane, into the Wall of Champions, it is so easy, and they actually need to cut more of that right-hand curve than they do. As Coop nearly puts it in the wall. So just make sure there's no one around you as he gets back onto the track. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. As what have we got left? I can't even see.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. There you go. So. Yeah, we've not got long left. Oh, there you go, 1 minute. We're down to 1 minute. We've got 1 minute left. So hopefully these guys are all lining up for their final flying run. And in these conditions, it's super important to time your run. And the track is improving as the time goes by. And so in order to have the best opportunity to set the best lap, you need to be last over the line here. So we... looks like I'm going to duck up to Iraq. He's just coming around that final hairpin. He might be one of the last.
I'm just on board.
Or it could be a couple of the drivers. Yeah, we've got... looks like we've got...
Faded is going. Faded is going again. So Faded is going again, and he's starting a lap at the moment. And he's down there in P11.
Yeah.
China goes pole with a 120.811, so we're starting to see Thunderballs is going to cross the line. Can he make anything different? I think he's going to have one more shot. This is going to be his last shot, so he's done 5 laps.
J-Man has just invalidated his final lap, which will actually give him this lap and next, so he won't have the opportunity to set another lap. But he's sitting pretty in there in P3, but I would imagine that he will drop down the order a little bit as these final laps come in, SJ.
Yep, I'm just about to say on board Claire, because she's the last one that is going to set her time in the Aston. What's it going to be? Is she going to be able to put it up to the front with her teammate tonight? Let's have a look. She goes pole position.
She goes pole. Wow.
We've also got Twitch. No, we don't. We have... It looks like it's with everyone is going so bloody fast, I can't keep up. Edge is behind this car.
Brutus is about to set his lap.
Edge goes P3 with a 20.9. Brutus, where's he?
Brutus is going to set a brilliant lap here. Nearly into the 119.
And we've got...
Alright, I'm going to jump on board with China. China's about to cross the line.
Coop stays where he is. I can't keep up. China. Oh, he's invalidated. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen.
It's
Iraq
that final
Lobster.
chicane.
Here we go. And he's got Thunderballs right behind him. It's Iraq Lobster who's going to take pole position. No, he takes P2.
Oh, he doesn't miss out by 2/10. I don't know where he ended up. Jeez.
Oh, wow. What a quality. What a quality. And we're about to find out.
Thunder ended up P10.
Doesn't improve. Doesn't improve.
No. What a lap from Brutus there, though. But, it goes to show being out at the track at the right time, keeping your lap nice and tidy goes and pays dividends. So, we've got a back-to-back pole here for Brutus. And we've got our championship battle, SJ, in P2 and P5 and P10.
And look who's in the way.
Who knows what is about to happen? But I will let you in on my little bit of information here. Is that we are in for a dry race?
Are we?
Yeah.
You could have said we're in for snow.
Look, now that would be a challenge, driving these cars on snow. They're slippery enough as they are, even in the wet. So, yes, no, thankfully no snow, but we are moments away, SJ, from getting our
country, remember?
Final rain. It does.
It is that type of country. I always want to go to Canada
It is, but,
to meet a moose.
Montreal's... I wouldn't want to meet one face to face, but
I would.
they can be a little bit aggressive every so often.
If I rode like a horse, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be very cool, actually. I'd give you that.
They're absolutely ginormous. My wife wants to go, and she wants to go to the place where you can stay in that motel and hotel and see all the wolves and the bears. It's amazing.
That would be incredible. SJ, I'll hand it over to you, mate.
All right, here we go for the last time.
Go.
Division 6 Canada. I was going to say China, but I got that completely wrong. Going into turn number 1, Iraq Lobster takes a pole position. Is he going to be able to keep pole position? It's going to be him and Brutus. They're going to battle at it. And yes, they do. Iraq Lobster up in the P1, Clarence to P2. And there's drama already at the back. We've got drama. We've got yellows flashing. We've got everything going on. I'm just trying to get everything sorted here with tyres. Everyone's all over the place. We've got McLaren's going on the grass. Edge up in the P3. Now, Iraq Lobster has got him right behind.
Oh, there's contact. There's big contact between Brutus and China.
Massive contact there. Twitch Brutus and P4. The two Alpha Romeos. The two Kick Souths. P6, P4. It's been a long season. Oh, it's just gone off into the wall. Absolute drama here for the Mercedes man. He's gone off into the wall. And down into P14. Claren to P1. Iraq into P2. Twitch Brutus into P3. China in P4. It's all going off in Canada. This happened last night in Division 5 and it's happened again in Division 6. Do not worry though, it is not the end of this race. Anything can happen. We have seen safety cars here, but Claire and Iraq and Aston Martin have got one hand on that trophy, and Iraq Lobster has got one hand on that trophy at the moment. Lap 2 out of 25, Josh. Drama in the last 2 laps.
Oh, absolutely. I can confirm for those Mercedes fans out there that Edge does not have damage. But he is a long way off the back there. He's got a couple of seconds there to make up. He's got that free air to drive into, so he's already taken 8/10 out of Woofer. But Edge has it all to do now, so this could be a very, very long race for him. And I mean, we didn't see what happened there or how he ended up, but I do know those curbs in that chicane where he went off can be they're very unforgiving. So I just hope that it was only his drive error as opposed to someone actually hitting him. So fingers crossed he can get back into the race for his sake.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It looked like he just went straight. I don't know. Obviously, I have to have a look now, but he's got to be careful now. He is in the worst part that he could be. He's in the slow part of the backfield, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. We've got Bruce down there in P14. He gets the move done. He's up in the P12. He's got the move done pretty quick there, so well done. Iraq Lobster has got a penalty already on lap jinx on lap 3 out of 25.
As does Brutus, SJ. As does Brutus.
Brutus and Bruce
Bruce has a 10-second. Oh.
Oh my days, what's going on here? We've got drama all over the place. If you are tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, on this race, you will see that Edge is down there in P11. He was in P3, he made the mistake. We do not know what's happened. It's being noted by the stewards. We are on lap 3 and Iraq Lobster has got a 3-second time pin. At the moment, he is going to win the championship. But if Iraq Lobster and Edge disappear off this grid and Thunderballs makes his way into P1 and wins this race, he will win the championship. So that is how it is looking at the moment. But it is looking advantage Aston Martin and Iraq Lobster does not want a safety car at this moment in time.
No, absolutely not. He just wants to be able to run away with it. He's not too worried about his teammate. They can always switch positions and sort of play the team game here if it's needed. But at this point in time, he's 1.5 seconds up the road to China and 3 seconds behind his teammate. So, yeah, really interesting start to this race here, SJ.
It is, and Edge is probably behind two of the worst cars he wants to be behind. China's teammate and Thunderbolt's teammate. So he really is going to have to try and get past these as quick, and it's not going to be easy as Faded Menace gets the 3-second time penalty in P6 at the moment. And we're just going to jump on board Edge and just see what happens here, because he's got Twitch Brutus, another pen. So the guy may be quick, but penalties are not his friend, as Edge, you can see, is really pushing on. He's on the fastest tyre, but he doesn't want to push too much. Doesn't want to put those tyres into a situation. He's trying to go for the move on Filthy Orange on the right-hand side here. Does he go for the move? Filthy Orange gives him the run. No, he doesn't. He's going to squeeze him. Edge is going to go side by side. He's going to get better grip because he is on those hards, edging to P9. Now he's going to have to attack Ranieri, who Ranieri is on those hards as well. And this is just hurting Edge's race at the moment. It's just hurting him. He's 13 seconds behind. How many seconds is he going to be behind after this McLaren? But he may get the DRS, or he may have to wait. But this is not helping Edge at all, and especially being behind these two cars, China's teammate and Thunderbolts' teammate. They'll do their best probably to hold him up, or they just won't get in his way because they know there's a championship fight, as Edge makes very much work of Ranieri there, and Ranieri does try and back, he's trying to fight for it, but no, just better tyres, and Edge up at P8.
Faded Menace has earned himself a 3-second there, so
it's a 6.
Yeah, look, geez, Edge looked a little bit loose coming out of that first chicane there. Look, Edge has got a long way to go. He needs a safety car more than anybody else in this point in time. That making up that 5.5 second gap to Faded Menace is going to be a challenge. I think he's got the pace.
He's lost a second.
But yeah, I think that's all happened with his fight there with Ranieri. So Ranieri's not letting him go very easily, and Edge may get swallowed up here under DRS down this back straight. So, I mean, I hope for his sake, for his championship, that it doesn't. But at the same time, we are racing, and it is fair game. So all power to Ranieri if he's going to make that work.
Oh, he's going to do it. Is he going to do it though before the right time? Oh, it's going to be late there.
Oh,
he does. So this is obviously timing to perfection here for McLaren. But the thing is, Edge is going to come back at him. The question is how much time is he losing? It was 14.6. It was a second and a half. He is losing too much time. This is not helping. And the problem is, if he's battling these guys, his tyres are going to go off before them because they're on the hards. So they've pulled in a very, very good strategy here now. And he's nearly 15 seconds behind. So he's losing a second a lap at the moment. He's nearly 14.8, so it's going to be around about 15, I reckon. So he's lost 2 seconds already. And we're going to go further back up to the front and see what's going on here, because China is in a great position as well to get P2. And he just does very well, but he's got Thunderballs right on their back as Thunderballs goes for a very late move, gets it all wrong there, and loses the position. But that was a bit audacious there from Thunderballs. He's kept within the DRS, and he's going to have to try and make that a little bit more cleaner. But at the moment, Thunderballs is in a great position, so's J-Man, and so's China. As Twitch Brutus, another penalty. J-Man, a penalty.
And J-Man, yeah. Look, as I said, this track is one of those tracks very easy to get those track limits. The curbs are flat, fast pace, lots of high speed corners. So Yeah, we'll see. If I'm riding on board with Edge at the moment, I don't think he does have any damage.
No, just 3 seconds.
Yeah, we are just. I mean, yeah, he's lost time, hasn't he? He's lost more time to Faded.
He's got 3 seconds to the leader at the moment.
Unless he's got invisible damage, maybe. But Ranieri fighting him on those hard tyres certainly isn't helping his race recovery.
Oh, well, the thing is Ranieri is on the better strategy. Ranieri and Filthy Orange will just stay behind. If they can stay with Edge and bring them along, they'll overtake him because they'll be able to go the longer distance.
Absolutely, they're on.
He's hurting his players trying to fight with them, but now
I've only just realised that Brutus is on those hard tyres as well. There, SJ up in P3, so he's also on a brilliant strategy.
He's got too many pens. He's on 9 seconds of pens already.
Oh my goodness! Yep, okay, that'll do it.
Ranieri is really putting the pressure on Edge. This is a nice little battle, but this is not helping Edge his championship fight at all. And this is them bringing in Filthy Orange, and this is also then going to bring in David. And we know how much David likes to get away with no pens. But yeah, not helping Edge at all. It's how much time is he losing now? He's 17 seconds. He's lost 4 seconds to the leader. That is massive. And even if you were going to try and go for the undercut, you probably wouldn't even make that amount of time. So he is on an uphill struggle at the moment. And he's 7.1 behind Faded. Thunderbolts does get the move done on China. This time doesn't send it into the wall. He does get the job done very, very well. And he's looking in a very good position at the moment because he's 1.4 behind Twitch Brutus. And Iraq Lobster is 3 seconds behind Claire. And Claire's gone. She has gone. That is it. It is, yeah.
Yeah, she's put the afterburners on tonight, hasn't she, in this race?
Yeah. Brain. Lost that. Ooh, J-Man nearly goes into the wall, and that would have been the first Ranieri champions. Ranieri's back out in front again on Edge. Yeah, not helping at all. Thunderballs now. Oh, we've got Iraq. Oh, Iraq goes nearly into the wall and nearly loses it there. And is that a lap?
He's in the wall.
Lobster is out of the race.
He's out.
Iraq Lobster is out of the race.
Oh no.
Oh no. He's come together with Twitch Brutus. Oh, there's absolute drama. Absolute drama. And that is his championship. It's over. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh my days, what are we seeing here, Josh? What are we seeing?
Oh, that was
the whole thing.
So was I. I was on board with Twitch, and look, I mean, without seeing both point of views, it's hard to say, but that is not a place you want to be sending it for an overtake. Whether you're being overtaken, you know, it's just not a place where you go too wide, as Dynasty's just alluded to in our chat here in Twitch. But
yeah, agreed.
I don't know who came from behind, but it wasn't the place to be sending a movers. You know, this brings Edge back into it. It does make it a little bit awkward for our hard runners, but those that started on the medium, this safety car's absolutely played into their hands. So I think Edge will be absolutely cheering here because that has just saved his championship battle there. But
not a way.
Wow.
Not a way to go out at all. I want to see if we can get the TP of Wonton in to have a chat because that's it. That is over, done and dusted.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see if we can get Wonton in. We may not want to get Iraq. May not want to come in. I don't think he will. I want to see because I guarantee his brother was engineering him on that. But that's so unfortunate. That is not the way you want to go. And yeah, that's it. And we did say early on, didn't I, that you know, one of these guys needs to DNF now. The question is now, what happens next? Edge has had a bit of a mishit. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting indeed.
That has just blown the championship wide open tonight. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Gonna see if
Looks like
Morgan wants to come in.
Brutus is saying he had a snap of oversteer in the corner before. Yeah, look, Brutus, that might get thrown into the reports later tonight, mate. So you'll be tagged in it if and when it goes in, and you'll be able to throw your clip in there. Whiff, I'm not sure where we stand mathematically at the moment. If Edge was to DNF, then Thunder might win.
Thunder has to win the race.
He'd have to win the race. There you go. So, yeah, as it stands, yes, the championship is Edge's.
Yeah, but then if Edge DNFs and Thunder doesn't finish the race, it goes
Oh,
to a tie.
J-Man, what are you doing? He's just earned himself a 10-second penalty with the collision under safety car. So, not his brightest moment there, but yeah, really unfortunate.
Yeah, it would actually. Yeah, it would go to a tie. So if Edge does DNF this race, which hopefully he doesn't, but he's been close. He has been close. It will be a tie unless Thunderballs can win this race. Win this. Basically, he has to win the race. I'm looking at the moment. I can't believe tonight that's not what you want, unfortunately, because he has driven so well all season. All right, Lobster, he has been phenomenal, and what a race to go out in, and what a crash as well. It looked like he just went airborne across the curb, and that's such a. I hate that turn 2 and turn 3 area. It's a pain because you've got to get it really spot on, otherwise you get a penalty. It's such an easy place to get a penalty. So, yeah, bit of drama here, Josh, and I'll let you take it away. Lap 11 out of 25, and we're on board Claire for the safety car restart. But there is a lot of pens. I've got to say that at the moment. There is a lot of pens.
Claire has gone. All right, here we go. So, now this is going to be interesting, right? So we've now got a very mixed up grid of tyres. We've got Claire on the medium, on the hards, Brutus on fresh medium. So everyone's on fresh tyres except for 2.6 and Bruce, who are yet to box. So, yeah, I think Brutus will struggle to go to the end here. So Claire's absolutely got the upper hand, and you know, I say that, and they're already 1.6 seconds up the road between the two of them. So they afterburners on, and away we go. Thunderballs has moved himself up into P3, so he needs to bridge that gap if he wants a chance at winning this. But as you're saying, SJ, if it goes back to if Edge DNFs and Thunderballs wins, it goes to a draw, which I believe goes to a countback.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, if Edge DNFs and Thunderballs wins, he wins by 1 point.
Right, okay, wow, there you go. Actually, interesting point of interest I've just noticed is, looks like Brutus is missing a right end plate. So he's got a left one, but it looks like he's missing a right end plate. So he may drop back towards...
He may have had damage after that.
Yeah.
Didn't change the front wing. And we saw this in Mexico with a few of the guys. Didn't change, I think it was in a different division. They didn't change the front wing. They wanted to keep that position at the moment, and it's still a long way to go in this race for another safety car. But the way it's gone, Thunderballs doesn't seem to have the pace on Twitch. He needs to stay within that 2 second gap. He does have the penalty, but he's got China right behind, Faded right behind, Filthy Orange has got past Edge, so Edge will just be cautious here. But he knows what's happened, so it's just control now. It's just take your time and finish the race. Don't do anything silly. And
Edge just needs to be smart here, which I'm sure he will be. I'm sure he'll have his Merc engineers in his ear saying, giving him the info that he needs to keep on pace, but
he has
also
other cars, though. He has other cars battling, and they're battling for points. They're battling for places. Ranieri's going to go side by side with David. He goes over makes the move. Edge gets out the way. Edge is falling further down. He's now into P9. He knows what he needs to do. He's just keeping out the way. He's just letting these guys battle, and he's just going to probably just stick behind them and just wait until, that's it. Even if he finishes in P14 and gets 2 points, he'll win, unless Thunderballs gets the fastest lap and wins the race. So, that's another thing, which is another sticky. So it's not over. And Thunderballs is sitting pretty in that P4 position at the moment with China and Twitch, both with pens. But Claire is 1.5 seconds down the road, and she is at the DRS, and she is on the best tyre you can possibly be on. 4 laps on the hards, go to the end, job done.
Absolutely. I'm going to call it now. I think Claire's going to win this race if it stays as it is and there's no safety cars. The pace that she's got here is just unbelievable. I don't know whether she's got any warnings yet, but sitting there in P1, nearly 1.7 seconds up the road, she's in a very, very good position to take this here tonight. So, well done to her currently. I won't speak too soon, but there's still a long way to go as Edge boxes. Edge is boxing onto a fresh set of mediums here, SJ.
Yeah,
he knows he just needs to stay in there. He needs to get out of the drama, and that's actually a very good call from him and or his engineers. So, well done to them.
Yeah, no, they're very clever, very well done. It's just basically keeping it clean. My phone's going off, like the clappers. Do apologise. Just keeping it out the way. Doesn't need to do anything silly. Let all the guys battle. Let those guys, even if you finish last, get the fastest lap and then take that extra point. That's what he needs at the moment. It's between the front 4, 5, 6. Obviously, Twitch is out of the DRS zone of Claire. We've got 10 laps to go. China is having a nice little battle there. As Faded is now putting the pressure on Thunderballs. Those hards are going to come into it, though. So, do you let the mediums go through and then let the hards work at the end? That's going to be the question.
Look, if I would hold position if I could. If I could avoid it, you're going to give someone behind on hards a little bit more tyre wear by having them in the dirty air rather than letting them get out in front, because it's easier to defend later on with slightly older tyres. People are less inclined to make a move. So, I mean, in this particular case, as David goes past Ranieri on those hard tyres, if I'm on those mediums, I'm not going to let anyone go voluntarily.
Yeah, it's actually Ranieri actually came into the Wall of Champions, clipped the wall, and then got a 3-second time penalty. So, people have got to be a little bit careful into the Wall of Champions. It can take anyone, and Edge can be as cautious as anything, but coming down into that Wall of Champions, you can easily lose it at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see. Interesting to see. A lot of drama going on here. It's the Faded and China look like they come together. And Thunderballs up in a P3. He's got Faded behind with the DRS here. And just look at the gap between Thunderballs and Twitch. 4.2 seconds. And they're going to need another safety car to try and catch up at this rate. 17 laps out of 25. And just the front 2 have just gone. Twitch is running on his own. And Claire, she's just running on her own. She's just, running her own business. And what a way to go out, really. Iraq DNFs and Claire wins the race for the team. That would be... not
ideal for those Aston Martins, but, a little bit of a silver lining, all things considered, the DNF.
Yeah. That will obviously be looked at, obviously, by the onboard stewards, but I don't think there's much to it. It'll obviously be a penalty that we can't, mysterically, well, we can't miraculously bring the car back to life. Unfortunately, he's out. His championship is over and done with,
Nah.
and Edge is in the points at the moment, and he needs just to finish the race, and he's won it. So no, it's been a great drive. It's been a great battle for most of them all season, and sometimes these things happen, don't they? And it comes down to the last bit, and it's about concentration, pressure, and unfortunately, Edge has done the best thing. He made the mistake. He's pitted early. He's on fresher tyres than everyone else, and he'll just stay behind everyone and finish the race that he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. He was in a lot of trouble until that DNF and safety car. So, yeah, I think the luck has fallen his way tonight, SJ, to which I know he'll be very grateful for. But, without that change, but he was in a lot of trouble.
He was indeed. He got our hearts pumping when that happened. As Bruce is gone.
Bruce, where's Bruce Bindit?
Car.
Where has that happened?
I don't know.
Final corner. It was the hairpin. Eventually just run wide and clip that wall and taken the wheel off. Who knows?
We're going to have a sprint to the end. And, I reckon softs to the end.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, softs will absolutely do these 7 laps. They'll be a little bit sore at the end of it, but... yeah, they will be able to make it.
Yeah. So, Edge, mate, you're still not in the clear yet. More drama that he's got to deal with. Very, very quick cars on the safety car. So, more drama here. As no one decides to pit. Interesting. I will say that is very interesting.
We've got a few there. We've got Brutus, Ranieri, Woofer, David, Paulie. They're all diving into the pits, onto those fresh softs. So they're going to be rapid. And that could spice things up the front as well. If they got their noses in the mix on those fresh softs, that little bit of extra grip, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. Well, 19 laps out of 25. Claire she's in P1. China's in P2, has that pen. Faded Menace in P3, he has that pen. Thunderballs in P4, no pen. Filthy Orange, no pen. Twitch Brutus has gone on fresh mediums, does have a big penalty. David on fresh mediums, no penalty. Ranieri on fresh mediums, penalty. Coops on sticks on 5-lap mediums with the pen. Paul in Hell on softs, no pen. Woofer on fresh softs, penalty. And Edge on fresh softs, no pen. And J-Man on softs with a pen. So they are your penalties at the moment. So 3 for China, 9 for Faded, 9 for Twitch, Ranieri 3, Coops on sticks for 6, Woofer with 3, and J-Man with 3. And unfortunately, we have lost Bruce and Iraq Lobster in this race. 5 laps to go. Who deserves driver of the day on this one?
Oh, that's a very, very good question. So let's have a look. We haven't had many big movers this race. We got Faded and Thunder up 5 and 6 respectively. Woofer up 4, but he's not having the greatest of races. You know what, SJ, I'm going to give my vote to Claire tonight. Claire has just driven an absolutely outstanding race. So far, this race, she's been head and shoulders above everybody else with the pace here at Canada. So, yeah, that's my vote tonight, Claire.
Okay, alright. Okay, there we go. Driver of the day for Josh is Claire Collins. Who am I going to go with? Oh, crap. Safety car is coming in. I'm going to go Filthy Orange, actually. you know, for a change, because done pretty well. And I, you know, kept it clean. So I'm going to go with Filthy Orange with my drive of the day. And I'm going to pin that in a sec. And I'm going to let you take away, the safety car restart.
Okay, I am going to the Faded Menace, actually, so I get a good look at... Oh, geez, that was a little bit messy. Looks like a couple of drivers there were very eager to get underway and didn't quite wait for those green flags. But we are underway. Just flicking back through a little bit of contact or close racing there between Twitch and Filthy. Brutus actually gets the move done. David's come up a spot. Looks like we're through the first sector here, all pretty clean, SJ, no damage. Haven't seen any carbon fibre confetti anywhere, so J-Man sends up the inside of Woofer. Well done to him. What a good move, actually. That was very well done.
Yeah, great move.
Credit where credit's due, and Edge is just going to enjoy his casual stroll to the checkered flag here, right at the back there. So we come into a hairpin. Claire is already out of DRS.
Yeah,
She has this track dialed in, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She's absolutely flying. And there we go. We've got 11 laps on the hards, 11 laps with the P1, P2. Fade in that P3. How much does he deserve the podium? Unfortunately, with those pens, is not going to get it. Thunderballs looks like he could stick this away and take P2 if he can stay with everyone at the moment. But Twitch Brutus doesn't look like that's going to happen. Please do not have the same incident with him than you did with Iraq Lobster, as we're doing here, and saying that was the situation, that he hit the rear of his tyre and then went into the wall. As Twitch Brutus is going to go for the move on Faded, doesn't keep the move. Thunderballs down to P5, Filthy Orange staying in that P6, but he's got serious battle here with David and Ranieri right behind, but they do have pens. A lot of penalties, which is going to definitely change it's definitely going to change the order of this race, isn't it? The pens that we're seeing tonight is definitely going to change the order of this. Thank you for the invite, Sprinter, but I'm actually commentating. I'd love to play F1, but thank you. Claire in P1 at the moment, China in P2, Twitch Brutus now in the P3. He's not going to do another 6-second gap on the front runners again, is he? I can't see it doing it this time, especially with 9 seconds.
No, I think you're right. I think Claire's got that one dialed in, and I think China's also got the pace to stay in Brutus's DRS. So hopefully, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. We've got 2 laps of this left. There's certainly not enough time, as Brutus actually goes a 1:11.7. Nabs the fastest lap from I think it was J-Man holding that before. So yeah, Brutus is on the move, but those pens are going to come back to haunt him.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to do driver of the day now and put that in. As you said Claire, I said Filthy Orange. And we're going to run that for 3 minutes, as there is 2 more laps to go. So feel free, guys, put your votes in. There's my vote, and they will be your votes for driver of the day. We do not have long left to go here. 2 laps to go. Oh, there's drama.
Brutus.
Oh, Claire's round. Claire's gone into Brutus. That brings Thunderballs into P3. Is this race going to cause more of a spanner in the works? Because Edge is in
going on?
Oh my days, it's all going on, and Thunderballs is actually going to win this race.
I didn't see what happened there, but I'm not sure that the move was on there from Brutus as Claire dives into the box. So he'll be coming in for new wing. That's really unfortunate to have that lead. So Brutus is.
There's more drama in this race.
Oh, it's Claire on AI. Oh no.
And China's going to win because China's 2.3 in front, and he's got the 3 seconds, and so has Thunder. So there you go. And, he's gone way off track and he's got it all wrong. But Faded does have 9 seconds of pins. And Ranieri is on 3 as well. David could end up winning this race. David could end up winning this race.
Oh my goodness, that is
Oh my god!
incredible.
Absolutely incredible! Absolutely incredible! This has just had so much. He's gonna have to get a motor
I've
on.
invited Claire.
He's gonna have to get a motor on because it is.
Yeah, so yeah, looks like Claire DC'd and Brutus has gone for a move
Taylor's got
and
another
made contact.
We're on the last lap. I'm going to take it away, Josh. We've got China, who is in P1 on the 3 seconds. If he does not get a penalty, he wins this race. That is how it's going to go down at the moment. Edge has been driving around like an old man at the back and is still going to gain a lot more spots than some of the other guys, even though the Coops has got 16 seconds of pens. We've got Filthy Orange that looks like is... I'm going to have to drop off the leader then again because I worked out I was on the wrong one. Filthy Orange is going to make up some spots as well, which has been a fantastic race. China in control of this race as a lot of drama has happened here. We've got Thunderballs in at P2, Faded in P3. Ranieri, David is really trying to hold on. J-Man is fighting. Is David going to be able to win this race? I don't think he is. It looks like it's 3 seconds. Looks like he's going to get a podium.
China's got this one locked in, but it looks of it. Oh yeah, David's gonna be P2.
But here we go, China coming down the main straight for the last time, going into Wall of Champions. Make it clean, make it possible. Oh, getting a little bit squirrely, going out there, and China crosses the line and wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Thunderballs takes P2. Ranieri takes P. No,
David up to P2.
Thunderballs takes
Wow.
P3. And here comes the man that wins the championship, and it is Edge that wins the championship for Division 6 and finishes in P8. If you've not seen drama in Division 6 on the last race of the season, that was incredible drama.
Jeez, that was the biggest roller coaster of a race I've had the pleasure of commentating so far, SJ. From start to finish, with the game awarding David Driver of the Day there, and kudos to him for that P2 finish. What a way to round up his season in 6.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely incredible. And we are going to just get these guys in for a quick chat, and we are going to see if we can get the TP of Aston Martin. We're going to try. I don't think we will, but we'll try. China, David, and Thunderballs, and also Dirty Orange will get Driver of the Day, because they did get Driver of the Day. That was well deserved. DOTD, and we've also got Edge, and we'll try and get his TP in. Pep as well. So yeah, guys, if you could join the comms box, that would be absolutely amazing. And I will just quickly try and get this done very, very quickly. So China taking out P1, David taking P2, Thunderballs taking P3. Fastest lap goes to Twitch Brutus. Look at the penalties, though, we see there. And Rack lost, unfortunately, and Bruce DNFing out of this race. And Claire as well, just managing to finish at the end. So let's see if we can get some interviews. I'm trying to get the interview comms box up. There we go. Well. Josh, that is the end of Division 6. Obviously pending penalties. But what a fantastic 2 races. A lot of drama. And you can't have drama, can you? You're gonna have drama, unfortunately, in these races. And give us a bit of a summary of that race.
I think the word drama sums it up. From big battles at the front to a championship leader and fight coming to an end unexpectedly in that, and I think it's 3-4, maybe 4-5 chicane. And yeah, just drama the whole way through that race. But what a way to wrap up our Div 6, our first First season 8, Div 6. We've got some very deserving champions. Some really ecstatic race winners here tonight, SJ.
Yeah, what an end! What an end to the season! And obviously, yeah, it was it's been a fantastic season. It's gone to the wire. You obviously don't want people to DNF, especially the people that you're competing against, but unfortunately, deep down inside, you're probably happy on that because, yeah, there's pressure. There's so much pressure. You've got other guys that are trying to finish in points, trying to get positions and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, that will obviously be one to obviously talk about. I don't know if we're going to get Filthy Orange. So yes, we are. I think he is just about to just pop in now. So he will be our first interview of the night, and then we'll take it through. I don't know if we are going to get the Aston Martin. Yeah, it's a hard ask, but we'll try because of what's happened tonight. But it would be nice to hear his overview of the whole season. So yeah, we're just waiting on. Here we go. We've got everyone coming in, and there we go. So first of all, I'll let you take it away, and then we'll do it through Driver of the Day, and then we'll go from P3, P2, P1, and then we'll interview the championship at the end. We'll do it in that format. Over to you, Josh, for Filthy Orange.
Good. Okay. Well, Filthy Orange, take us through your race. How was that for you?
Oh, a bit of fun, really. Yeah, nice and consistent. Just trying to back up for the rest of the kick team and deliver the best results. So keep it on track and get it home.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a way to finish the season off. It's what a drama-filled race there to wrap up our season. Were there any moments in that race that stuck out to you?
Oh, there was plenty of moments that stuck out to me, but not really concerning myself. It was just letting everybody else tangle and follow on behind, and yeah. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. As we said, heading into once we knew where we were racing, I did say to SJ that 3 of the potential 6 tracks are all very, very heavy on track limits, and tonight was one of them. So, yeah, well done to you for such a clean race, and what a way to end the season on a really big high for you, finishing on the podium. So, congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, boys, and a big thanks to the kick team for picking me up in the last 6 or 7 rounds. So it was good to jump in the rush league and experience everything. So cheers to everybody.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. And have you stuck your name in for season 9 yet?
Will be.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, make sure you get that done for us so we can plan accordingly. But yeah, really good to see how that's all played out for you. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you next season, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
All right. I think he's gone. I'll grab him for a quick couple. Filthy, obviously great to have you back, mate. We've like I said, we've known each other for a while. How much have you enjoyed the season, and how much different has it been? Obviously in the kick environment, and what has been your highlight of the season?
Well, obviously, I've been participated in many leagues over my sim racing career. But it's been a really fresh experience jumping in here at Rush and having a big team of drivers that support you and are always in the engineering box and got you back the whole way through. So it's been a breath of fresh air. It's been fun. Really enjoyed just having the guys there supporting me and helping me out. And that's probably my overall win for the season. I mean, I've been here supporting China. And that's the number one goal. And I think we've done our best to have each other's back and yeah, just been fun.
Yeah, no, and that was the other thing I was going to say. What's it been like to have China as a teammate?
Great. I mean, obviously I wasn't here at the start of the season, so I haven't needed to go toe to toe with them or anything like that. So it's been If I'm ever in front of them or in a position to help, it's just about delivering that help in any way possible. So they'll work well together, and I'm sure we could work well together in the future.
Awesome. And going into season 9 in the F125, have you got any goals for yourself moving forward?
Oh, win a championship, mate. It's always the goal. You're not a Formula One driver if you don't want to win.
There you go. Well, I'd just like to say from everyone at Rush, thank you very much for your participation, your dedication. Good to see you on track. And thanks for everything this season. And look forward to seeing you in season 9.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, Joe.
Cheers, mate. All right, we will go over to our P3 and we will talk to this gentleman again. We'll go back to back with him. But I'll let Josh, you take it away first. It's Thunderballs in. Who's next up?
Excellent. Thunder, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey guys, how you going?
And good, mate. Good, mate. Take us through your race. How are you feeling heading into that final round?
Less than optimal, we'll say. Like, I needed a hope and a miracle, and I don't believe in miracles. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Edge and Iraq Lobster or Datura, really close. Towards the end, I needed a couple of things to happen, and they actually almost happened. So that was pretty wild. Congratulations to Edge. Phenomenal season by him. He and I both missed 2 races, so it's pretty even between us, but he ended up getting me in the end, and he ended up, I think, clipping Iraq for the championship. So kudos to him, and kudos to the Merc team. Great drives, and kudos to Aston Martin and Watanabe and Iraq for their season as well. Like, you know what? Race 20, I'm going to say it. It was a 3-horse race.
Absolutely, it was.
Also, got to say, congratulations to China. I think this is China's first win this season, and what a way to do it on round 20 in the mystery round. Like, way to stamp the name down. So, heaps proud of him. And like I said all season long in these interviews, like, everybody's just shown an increase in pace, and that was prevalent tonight. Unfortunate what happened with Claire and Twitch Brutus. Going sideways into the wall. Looks like some patience needs to be learned there, and when to send it and when to not. But things happen. Don't want to detract from China. He had a phenomenal drive. I made a couple mistakes on him, but we handled it on track, and seated position. So it is what it is. And I think all up, it was from the top 6 in Div 6. It was pretty clean.
Yeah, absolutely. There was some fantastic racing up the top. I do have to ask what went through your mind. Like the first 6 laps of that, or 6, whenever that first safety car came out, there was so much drama, so much action going on. We saw Edge make, I believe he made a mistake into just before the hairpin, the chicane before the hairpin, and then he's way at the back, and then all of a sudden you've got Datura in the wall and out of that race. What was going through your mind at that point when that first car came out, knowing the way that race was unfolding?
Oh, I'll answer it honestly, but it's kind of bad. Like, come on, Claire and Brutus, bin it. I need you guys to bin it because I need to win. If I'm
absolutely.
Gonna challenge and make it really super close, I need to win this race. But that was it. It was just trying to keep it close and keep it penalty free, and unfortunately, it was like lap 18 or 19 or something like that, and I got my final warning, and it kind of killed it. But that was the only thing that was really going through my mind was just hoping, just hoping things rolled my way, and they kind of did to a degree, and then I dropped the ball on myself with the penalty, so no one to be upset with but myself.
I must admit, my hands went to my forehead when you got that pen and it popped up, and I was like, "Oh, that's got to be gut wrenching." But
it was.
Mate, look, absolutely stellar season from you. I think you've proven yourself, and hopefully we can see you up in Div 5 next season. Presuming that you're staying on for season 9 with us here at Rush.
I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna how do I say this? Help out the admin side of things, I guess.
Yep.
And then do the reserve races.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, we're glad that you're here, mate. You've been a really good addition to both McLaren and Rush. So, really fantastic to have had you here with us this season. And look, at the end of the day, what a way to finish your initial championship battle here at Rush.
Yeah, it was good racing. Thank you very much.
And over to SJ.
Yeah, fun, mate. I've already probably said my congratulations and thanks for this season from obviously yesterday's race, but that's over and done with. What a fantastic season you've had. Obviously, you had the 2 weeks off for the same with Edge, and Totoro missed a few races as well. But you've got to be extremely proud of what you've achieved this season. To go to the last race, and yes, it was a bit like Division 1, a little bit of a miracle. And it looked like that miracle was going to happen when we saw Iraq Lobster go out. We saw Edge make the mistake in the first few corners. But a first ever season in Rush Racing. And I remember bombarding you with messages to get you to race. And you finally made the I remember. And the same with Thunder Killer as well. And I'm extremely proud of you as being as my TP, and also as a teammate as well. I think you've done absolutely fantastic, and you should be very, very proud of what you've achieved in your first ever season. So just props, mate, to you for battling all the way. And I hope there's things that you've learned along the way as well on in the racing element of it, because Division 6 was a division that we decided to put together. A lot of people were against it. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people were against it, but I said no, and we went ahead with it. And you guys have just smashed it. Joint highest viewers division across the whole season, and you've just put in some fantastic performances. So, mate, props to you, mate, and well done all season.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I remember Marzi, the original TP of McLaren, who actually spoke to me, and we had like a little bit of a meeting, I guess you will, and he's all like, look, he set out some goals. I think it's safe to say I smashed those goals out of the park. The goal was literally to not DNF. Just make sure you cross the finish line. And I think I've done well in that regard. I did do some reserve racing in season 7, and it went horribly. I think I DNF'd more than I started, and it was awful. So, working on the racecraft, I couldn't be prouder of where I am today. And I'll give myself a pat on the back for getting this high up in the championship. And then taking over the team at McLaren has certainly come with its challenges, we'll say, after Marzi left. But overall, I think it's been a successful season, a great learning experience. Couldn't be prouder of the boys in the garage. They're all helpful through and through. And they're always willing to throw 2 cents in and try and improve everybody else. And I think the camaraderie in the garage is second to none. We all get behind each other and help each other out when we need it. And I think that shows out on the track, and it pays dividends.
Yeah, no, I do agree. And I think, like you say, and obviously first, league racing is very, very different to ranked lobbies, and people need to understand that. We've seen tonight Brutus, very, very well, but penalty galore, and that obviously lost him the opportunity. Yeah, he was fast, don't get me wrong, and that spiced things up tonight a little bit. 2 unknown drivers that didn't know who they were. They had the role. They were allowed to drive. They drove, and one of them did very well, and then the other one struggled. And that caused a little bit of a spanner in the works, because they got ahead of you and got ahead of Edge, and so I think the main thing going into next season is, has there been things that you've learned this season that you can bring into next season? If you obviously you do saying you are going to reserve, what are the things do you think you've learned that you can take into next season?
One, I need to be more, personally speaking, I need to be more mindful of the car in front.
Mhm.
And playing a few rounds of F125 has definitely cemented that in for that game. But here you can kind of ride through the coattails a little bit. But I just need to brake earlier when there's a car in front of me. Not be so complacent. Be more mindful. That's all. I'd say that's the big thing that I need to still learn. And obviously, there's other things, but that's the key point.
Yeah. Well, once again, congratulations on a fantastic season. Unfortunately, didn't take the chip, but it was a great way to a bit of drama to end the season. So yeah, thank you very much for everything you've done for me as well as a driver and as my TP and everything you've done in behind the scenes. And yeah, look forward to your new role next season. And yeah, we'll see you in season 9.
Awesome. Thank you very much. But I do also want to say I think that's constructors to McLaren in Div 6.
I don't
It is.
know.
Let's go, the boys.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I haven't added the points
Yeah.
up yet. I haven't added the points up. It's one of those things. I need the provisionals to go through. So I haven't seen it. It was 398.
Fair
It was
enough.
398 to 429. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
have
I
a,
think
I'll
that's-
check. I think
that
it
goes
is.
to us,
I think
but-
it is.
I won't claim it just yet, but I'm fair certain that's us. And like I say, great season to all the Div 6 drivers. Edge, congratulations, and see you around, man. It looks like I need to shout you a drink.
All right. Well, there we go. We spoke to, obviously, the driver of the day, Thunderballs, and then we'll talk to the second person. And this person, it just keeps it clean and just minds his own business and makes himself on the podium. Josh, I'll let you take this away with your TP of David.
Yes, welcome, David. Welcome back to our podium interviews here, mate. Congratulations on a couple of solid results. How are you feeling going into the penultimate round and then our final round here tonight?
Oh, yeah, look, I think going into Mexico, I was kind of, what's the right word? I think a little bit scared of it because I saw what happened last night with all the guys in Tier 5 who raced up. And then pretty much me and Paulie both discovered our setups were from like early in the season. So chuck on a new setup and all of a sudden I had pace. And yeah, I think I had a little snap in the stadium section. So if I didn't have that snap, I would have been maybe on the podium there too. And then as for Canada, like when that wheel spin came up, like I wanted Canada again. Raced it last night, was comfortable with it last night. And look, I'll be real honest with you here. That win could have been mine. Like I was in the box seat for that win. Like I was on for it, but I got broke checked twice by somebody. Like I'm not going to say names, but yeah, man, like when I saw the penalties ahead and the position I was in, knowing I was clean, knowing how hard I worked for 23 laps not to get my third warning because I got 2 in 2 laps. And then just to be broke checked twice to lose out on a chance to challenge for the win. Like particularly when let's be real, for a lot of us tonight it was just about having a bit of fun. Like it's just that win was so close and it just got taken away from me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming into that last lap, I was trying to do the math on the fly. I was looking at it going, oh, you need to be within 0.2 of the driver ahead to get up onto the podium at Mexico. And then again, at Canada, I was like unaware of the fact that you had your 2 warnings there from earlier in the race. But yeah, very, very unfortunate there to just miss out on that win. But, look, a P2 to end the season off, your first division or your first season in Div 6, absolutely congratulations to you. So what a nice little swan song for you as we wrap up here for season 8.
Yeah, we definitely take a P2, but yeah, it's as I said, it's just like at Mexico when that last lap, like Paulie had DNF'd at that stage, and he was the one that told me that the DRS is just too powerful. So even though I knew the gap to get to, I wasn't getting there. But then Canada, like I knew it was on. Like as a driver, sometimes you just have that feeling where you know what's ahead, and it's like, oh, hang on, I'm a chance here, and then. Just I think just what annoys me is I got robbed of the chance to challenge China ahead and at least see if I could hang within that 3 seconds. But look, it is what it is. Like if you were to ask me at the start of the race, how I think Canada would go, I would have told you top 10 was what I was honestly thinking, because I know I'm not quick here, but then to get second just through a typical Dave race, and then credit to Paulie as well, he got fifth through the same tactic. It's just for the both of us a nice way to end it, going out in that top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And, some valuable points there towards the constructors for the Red Bull team. And so, hopefully it solidifies their place in the overall standings. So, look, mate, what a season for you. You've had a win. I believe only one win at Vegas earlier in the season. But, that clean driving, that consistent driving, and certainly pays dividends. So I think you can be proud of yourself. And, be curious to see. Actually, have you played F1 25 yet? And
No.
What are your thoughts so far? Oh, he's
you know
okay.
I haven't played it.
Well, the viewers don't.
The reason that's an inside joke in the Red Bull chat. I told everyone that I don't touch the new game until we're done on the old one, and basically, I'm in a party with Paulie right now. I was in the party on Sunday with Mort and Salmons when they raced their divisions, and the report I've gotten from all three is that this new game is pretty much suited to my driving style. So tomorrow when I chuck it on, or Thursday, we're going to find out, and then if it's a game that suits a late breaker and someone who understands the stuff I've been told, then it could be a season where I go a little bit quicker, which is always nice. But yeah, we'll see how it treats me when I chuck it on.
Absolutely. Look, I must admit, I've dropped nearly 40 hours on it since I was able to to start, and significantly different. I think you're right in that it will suit your driving style. It's very much about how you brake, and how you handle dirty air and a bit of understeer. So, looking forward to seeing you out on track next season, David. And congratulations on a really successful season this year.
Thank you.
David, obviously you are very, very good at keeping clean and consistent, and it just puts you on the podium. This season, 2 P3s, 1 P2, 1 P1, and two P2s, because this needs to be updated. So, you'll be extremely happy with that. And I think you've solidified P6. Unfortunately, just missed out on sick party tonight. But what's the things you could bring going into next season? Like your strengths. What things do you think that you need to improve on as a driver next season?
Well, I'll tell you my strength. My strength is just the situational awareness. I like to think I'm one of the best going. And I know a lot of people will say, "Well, you're a Div 6 guy," but it's not about that. Being in Div 6, there's some hairy situations. I know you guys don't see the full picture, but just some of the moves people do, some of the things they try, it's questionable. And if you don't have that awareness like I have, and a lot of people say it's because of the camera you use, but that's why I use it. It's just understanding when to back out, when to go for it, when to challenge someone, when to back out, just that little stuff. And that's my strength as a driver. And then also you saw tonight and the other times I've been up on the podium, keeping it clean. That's me to a T. And then as for what I need to improve, look, I don't take the game that seriously that I'm looking to improve. I just chuck on the game, go about it, understand what my strengths are, and just use them to try and get as far ahead as I can on other people.
Okay. Well, we obviously gave you the opportunity this season in Division 6, and it's obviously suited your driving. You've enjoyed it. It looks like you've had a lot of fun, and it's going to be interesting to see where you go next season. Congratulations to everything as well, and on the podium, and hopefully you can get some of those other guys to continue next season with you. If they do or they don't, we wish them all the best. David, thank you very much for everything this season, and also as a TP. And we will see you in season 9.
No problem. Thanks, SJ.
Okay, right. Well, we're going to go over to pole position. I'll take this one first, and then Josh can take the questions after. This person he kept it clean in both races, and has been absolutely phenomenal. And if this person would have been here from the start, I think this person, we could say, would be definitely one to watch out for the championship. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen in the end. But should be very, very proud. China, mate, what a great end to the season that you had. Just fell short a little bit there in the end, and probably some of those results you're probably going to look back at and think, oh, I wish only if I'd finished better in that position. But yeah, what a way to end the season. Talk about your race, both of your races tonight.
Thanks, SJ. Yeah, mate. Look, it was a tough race at Mexico. It was very intense getting through there. But the plan was, once people started racking up pens, there was just to exactly like you said, just try and keep it as tidy as possible, no pens on, and see how high I could finish. Getting up to P2 there, I was very happy with that. There was a lot of battles on track. Some clean, some not so clean, but for the better part, I think we all made it through pretty well. Moving on to Canada, there it was very much the same. I went in with high wings, so sort of sacrificed some straight line speed, which got me into a bit of trouble a couple of times there with overtakes. But in the end, I think it was really about just being consistent all the way through the race, keeping your race pace fairly tight, and going for the opportunity when it's there, which is a double spin out in front of me that gave it to me on a silver platter. I could see that those cars were really pushing quite hard in front of me, so I felt like if I sort of stayed close enough but not too close, I could get on by, and that's what happened. It was mate, I found that to be a fun couple of races.
Yeah, we did see in the first race a little bit of drama there with the front wing damage, which was a bit unfortunate, and obviously that happened right in front of you. And then you got so you just tried to hold on, and it was looking likely that you were going to just hold on there, and you did. You had the damage, and you're actually gaining on edge in some areas of the track. So props to you on that. And then Canada, obviously the quali was not that much. That was a bit of a drama because it was absolutely pouring it down. Take us through the quali in the race in Canada.
I love a good wet race, mate. It's I think that's definitely right in my skill set there, getting behind a wet race or a wet quali. I felt like I had a pretty good chance there, even though I might have been a bit slower on track, and that's probably where the higher wings really actually helped me out. I sort of went a couple of clicks higher just to keep it grounded through quali, and felt like that'd get me a good position, good quali position, put me up front there. And it did, mate. It allowed me to sort of position myself up front, and then all I had to do from there was just try and stay with the lead pack. I have to say there was a couple of very quick drivers in that race. Claire being one of them. I mean, if they didn't crush out, that was their race to win. I think it was they were very, very quick. But mate, throughout Canada there, I was really just trying to keep it between the lines. I did rack up 1-3 seconds. But obviously being in position one over the line, that with everyone with pens behind me, that sort of solidified that in. So I was mate, really happy with it. I think I've got a lot to review, a couple of races in a very short stint. I've sort of got to sit with it for a bit and really think about how it went. But I'm happy with the outcome, mate. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you seem pretty I know that a lot of people. I think Aiden, as Aiden said the other night, that he didn't actually want to come off the game because he's actually got better and better to the end. Unfortunately, we're coming off it and we're going into a new cycle. And you're probably a little bit similar. Even though you may hate it, you've probably thought, I've got better on the game and it's now a shame to, end it. But your overall season in itself, are you pretty stoked? I don't think I think this is your first season with us as well. So how do you look at your whole season, and where do you think that it just fell short against Iraq, Thunder, and Edge?
So if I was to look back on one race in particular, it was, I think, my second race in. I DNF'd, and that's the one I really think back on, because if I kept on track there, I'd have a few more points and I would have been in contention. But mate, I'm proud of the season. I didn't miss a race, so I did all the races. I'm fairly sure all 20. One DNF, and in review, mate, if I look at my results there, I think I've now got with that one. I think I've got 5 wins on the board and a couple of second places and 1 third. And if I sort of reflect on how that's gone, what I'm, a little bit disappointed with in myself is that it very much seemed to be for me that I either get a podium or I come 10th or 12th or 14th, and that's sort of something I've got to work on for next season. Next season on a new game, I'm trying to go in with no assists. This year I've leaned on the assists a fair bit throughout the season. But next season on F1 25, I feel like I've got a good chance of turning all those off. And I've been doing a fair bit of practice there, and I feel like I've still got some good pace, but yet again, a lot to learn. And I've definitely got to keep my mindset around consistency opposed to just going for the wins.
Well, I've got to say you're an incredible driver. I'm looking at your stats, 5 P1s, 2 P2s and 1 P3 and 1 LP all season. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Privileged to have on the track. Privileged to have in Rush. I wish you all the best on the break and buzzing to see what you can do in season 9, mate. And thank you very much for staying on to the end of the season. Appreciate it.
Beauty, mate. I look forward to it. Does that just a side note, mate? Does that put me in for the most wins for the season? I think.
Yes, it does. Yeah, you got 5.
Bloody hell! I'm bloody happy with that. That's good going.
Yeah, go and have a beer, and I'll pass you over to Josh.
Look, I mean, SJ's covered so much of sort of what I was thinking, but no, don't apologise. But I guess my main question is have you spent any time on the new game, and what are your thoughts in comparison to the game or to last year?
It is a completely different game, and SJ was sort of spot on there. Like, I'll probably miss the skill level that I've developed on 24, but at the same time, as soon as we're done with this conversation, mate, I'm uninstalling it and moving straight on to 25.
Yes, I think you and the rest of Div 6 are in that boat mate. With the uninstalling it. So.
Yes, we should all jump in a group chat and do it together.
Yeah,
but yeah, look, 25 is I think it's a brilliant step up. EA's got some work to do with a few odd glitches here and there, but in terms of going from, let's say, full traction in 24 over to no assists at all in 25, I haven't felt that the learning curve has been too steep. The no traction in 25 is, I wouldn't say it's more forgiving, but you seem to get more feedback through, your wheel and your rig, which definitely helps you to sort of keep it straight. Mate, I'll look forward to it. I haven't put too much time in. I've done sort of 1 social league race, and I've probably done about, 10 or 12 sort of practice sessions with a few laps on different tracks. I'm loving it, mate. I can't wait to get stuck in.
Yeah, I think that's been the general consensus so far. Is I've not heard many bad words spoken about the game in terms of the driving physics and that. So, I mean, as we alluded to earlier, you've done so much learning this season. You've done so much, I guess, skill development in terms of your racecraft and race pace and strategy and everything like that. So, despite the downfall of 24, I think you've learnt a lot, and many of those things take them across with you to F1 25. So yeah, I think
Sorry, mate, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. There's obviously there's a lot of crossover between the two games, but 25 is just I can't describe it. I don't know. Even the POV seems slightly better than 24 to me. It just everything about it. I seem to have a little bit more track awareness. I'm just I'm itching to go, mate. I can't wait.
Yeah, excellent. Well, if that's the case, mate, I will leave you be so that you can go and enjoy the pleasure of installing F1 24. But congratulations again on a really solid season and a couple of good results tonight. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in our pre-season testing coming up, starting the week of the 21st of June. So
awesome, mate. And just a quick shout out to Filthy, mate, best teammate throughout the year. He's come in a bit late, but we had a team goal in mind there, and mate, we stuck to it. He's put in some good results, and I couldn't be happier. Really well done with the second race tonight, mate. Awesome.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much, mate. Look, you enjoy your evening, and I'll hand it over to AJ to wrap up our night here at Rush for Div 6.
Oh, one more. Go the big one.
Oh,
The big
one more. My apologies. Oh,
Yeah, the big one.
yes.
Yeah, don't forget that. Jesus, he'll never lie that down. Oh, God. So,
He'll never speak to me again. My apologies.
all right, well, for the first time ever in Russia's history, Division 6, we have a world champion. This man, I've been messaging, he's messaged me, we've had conversations. He has not won a championship for a very long time, and it finally came to that today. We have a new world champion in Division 6. It is the Mercedes driver of Edge. Congratulations, mate. Well deserved. First of all, talk to us about the two races, and then we'll talk a little bit about the whole season in a whole and becoming the first ever Division 6 world champion.
Yeah, obviously we spoke after Mexico with me getting that P3, which definitely put me in a good position. I think put the pressure back on Datora. Going into Canada, I wasn't feeling confident. Canada is not my best track, but from the history that we had seen, it may have put us on even ground between myself and Datora. After qualifying, he was P2 and I was P5. I pretty much saw Datora and Claire just going for it, and I just had to try to follow. And obviously ended up in the wall at the end of lap 1 and just tried to drive my heart out. And there were some drivers who kind of made it a bit easy for me. There were drivers who certainly within their own rights made it a little bit tougher. But then come lap 6, Datora retires. Definitely not the way I think either of us would have wanted to win the championship if the shoe was on the other foot. But unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And look, I really want to actually say Datora raced amazingly this season. He pushed both myself and Thunderbolts to the edge. And it even got to the point where Thunderbolts and I went over to Thunderbolts' house and we actually had a conversation about how do we beat Datora. He's too good. But now, I can go grab that beer with Thunderbolts and say we did it. I beat him in the championship. He pushed it to the wire, and I know through multiple conversations that we've had, you've always mentioned, is it a 2 or 3 horse race? It's never been like that until probably a week ago. After that, it was, it just had to be that race. But no, really happy with that result. Happy to finally make history and get that championship that I've been wanting for 7 years now. So I am now completed.
yeah, you have obviously going to get the trophy on your mantelpiece as well, which is pretty cool. And it's been, and you've given us some great entertainment, and I just want to say it's not been easy. If you look at the Division 6 table of all the different winners, you had obviously Monza was Datora, then Thunderbolts, then David, then you, then Thunderbolts, then Wolf, then there's been so many. There's been so many of you. There's not been someone that has really stood out. Yes, Datora has stood out for a period of time because he is very, very good. But those penalties, those mistakes that he kept making, that was probably one of the biggest things that would probably, if we were to interview him, to talk to him about, that would be to say. But tonight, for instance, it was so much drama because Mexico, there was a new driver that come into it. There was 2 unknowns that we were talking about with China earlier on. They were quick, but they had serious problems with penalties. Ranieri made it very, very difficult for you in the McLaren. We did see that. You lost 4 seconds to the leader, even though he was on the hards and you were on the mediums. That put you into a bit of a position because Iraq was still in the race and you were an uphill battle then. But things happen in F1, and we've seen it. We've seen it so many times. We've seen people lose to 1 point at the end of the season, and in the end, you just had to drive like an old man at the back and keep out the way of everyone, which we saw. We saw you pit onto the mediums and then onto a fresh set of softs, and in the end, it was. There was a lot of drama in that race at the end, and we thought Thunderbolts was going to win it, and then he got the penalty, and it was just incredible, and the way Detora's gone out is obviously not the way, but like you say, it's the way the cookie crumbles. Your season as a whole, how proud are you with your team? Because obviously your engineers have been phenomenal. And how proud are you with yourself? And what do you believe? Because now this is a big stepping stone, because this is Division 6. Where can you go next? Because we don't know how good you are at F125 yet. We don't know. What's the plan next? So there's 3 questions in one, and then I'll pass you on to Josh.
Okay, so first question, sorry, was season as a whole with the engineers and everything.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Really proud of my team. Really proud of Mercedes as a whole. I pretty much had Pep, Dynasty, and Plugger in my ear the entire time. Come towards the end of the season, when Shifty and Yuki moved to Mercedes as well, they were definitely helping out with practices and setups, and even actually jumping into engineer, especially in those last few weeks. That was really awesome. Really proud of the team. I think we've done as much as we can. I mean, overall, if you look at the season of Mercedes, not even just myself, Mercedes won 3 out of 6 of the Drivers' Championships and have pretty much locked in overalls for the season. So I think we've probably had one of the best seasons that may have occurred in Rush. I'm obviously still not here from season 1, but no, really proud of the team and everything. And I just have to say thanks to Pep and Plugger and Dynasty from the point where I actually dropped out of being a TP to getting signed. It was very much sort of Pep had to convince me to come to Mercedes. He was telling me the grand plan. He was telling me the team. He was basically pitching that this moment right here could happen. And I've just got to give the biggest thanks to those guys in Mercedes.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. You know, that's what it's all about. And what's the plan now? You've won Division 6.
I'm going to be honest. I've kind of been hinting at it since race 1. I've been running I don't know if anyone noticed, but I've been running the number 6 on the Mercedes. If anyone knows who ran the number 6, it was Nico Rosberg, who after he won his title, he retired. I don't really have a plan for the end of the season. I kind of was sitting there expecting to win. Or at least be in the fight, and this was going to be maybe my final season of Rush. I'm still kind of debating it, depending on how the game looks and how everything goes. In that, obviously, I'm sure as everyone's aware, there is always drama when it comes to a season, and you kind of just need a few weeks to relax and see what happens.
100%.
But yeah, at the moment, I don't have a plan to race in Rush. I'll still be a steward, so I'll still be there. But I think it's better to take a step back after that and sort of see where the pieces fall and go from there.
Awesome. Well, yeah, like I said, I don't know what else to say, really. It's just been a fantastic season. Division 6 has just shocked me, to be honest with you, most of the season. With how incredible some of the racing has been, and some obviously very, very bad. But that is, that's part of a newer division. That's part of learning and then developing and moving forward. And if we do see you in season 9, it'll be very interesting to see where you end up and who you're going to be battling up against, because Division 6 is a different breed to Div 5, Div 4, and Div 3. But no, an absolute fantastic season from yourself. You should be extremely proud. And yeah, thanks for dedicating your time and your effort to Rush and for the game, because I know that people wanted to get rid of it after 25 came out. So really appreciate that. Enjoy the break, whatever you decide to do. And if we do see you in season 9, then let's go to see what you can do next. And I'll pass you over to Josh.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much, Edge. Massive congratulations to you. What a drama-filled last 2 races.
You can say that again.
Yeah. Probably the most hectic couple of races, with the pressure, the mental pressure, the pressure to perform and succeed tonight, knowing that the entire championship, as SJ alluded to, that you've been chasing for a number of years now, on the line. So, look, talk me through what happened lap 1 Canada. You're up there, P4, P3, somewhere there, and I blinked and you're in P14. What went on?
Yeah, look, I probably was feeling the pressure as much as I say Totoro was. I definitely was. Him and Claire, I just knew the second they got away, it was over and it was done. Claire was leading coming into that chicane. I was side by side with not Thunderbolts. I was side by side with Iraq. And as we've come around the corner, I think Iraq's not realized that I'm still in there. I think he expected me to pull out, and we've just gone side pod to wheel, and I've spun. I didn't hit the wall. I was able to save it, but yeah, reset to P14 and had to go through all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
was
So
not
you
fun.
know, that's the beginning of the roller coaster, and then we get to lap 6. What went through your mind when that popped up on your screen?
I'm gonna be honest. I actually didn't even realize.
Oh, really?
I thought it was Claire leaving because Claire had a bit of issues in Mexico with leaving.
Yeah, connectivity.
I didn't even realize until I heard he's DNF'd, and I was like, "Wait, what? Who's DNF'd?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Datora," and I'm just like,
the hell from the screech.
"What's going? What?" It actually took probably about 2 or 3 laps. It took the safety car to realize, oh, I won.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah,
that
pretty
flood
much.
of relief from that point onwards.
No, it was more stressful because now it was like it's mine to lose. It's Canada, Wall of Champions. I was just envisioning myself spinning into the Wall of Champions and losing it there.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Luckily, I think at that point I would have won on countback unless Thunderbolts got the fastest lap and the win because he would have won on countback. So it pretty much was just keeping it out of the wall. And the second safety car came around, and I had all my engineers yelling at me, "Pit, just pit." For mediums, I forgot to change my wing.
Yes, okay, I did see that actually.
So that's why I pit again onto softs because I forgot to change my wing. So I had to pit again to go change that. And at that point, we were just like, keep a 2-second gap, and you won't get involved in a crash. And then the Claire Brutus situation happened.
Yeah, so
The
I mean,
2-second gap saved me there.
Looking at that, I think that what ended up happening was that Claire DC'd and Brutus has gone for a move, and the AI. We all know how wonderfully terrible they are here on F124, and he ended up making contact, and that just kind of played back into your favor a little bit again. So yeah, look, I mean, I think tonight might be the night you buy a lottery ticket, but. Look, congratulations again, mates. Really well done. Consistently up there throughout the entire season, despite missing a couple of races. But, really well done, and congratulations on your first title.
Cheers. I was about to say, doing the math, myself and Thunderbolts didn't finish outside the top 10, and Datora only finished outside the top 10 because of the DNF. So,
yeah, wow.
Us three really pushed what it can mean to actually fight for a championship to the very end. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I must admit, I wasn't even aware that tonight was coming. That the Div 6 championship was coming down to tonight. So yeah, really cool to see that fought all the way to the finish line across 19 or actually 20 weeks with our break week in the middle. It's a long time to commit to a season. So look, mate, you can go. You can put your feet up. Have a drink, and look, time to relax now, get that sort of that mental energy back, and would really love to see you contesting Div 5 next season on F125. But
we'll see.
Yes, enjoy the break.
I will. I'm gonna go crack some whiskey. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right, enjoy, mate.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. I think he's probably gone. I was going to ask him if he had any shout-outs, but I think he's gone. So, Josh.
I'm still here.
Oh, yeah. Have you got any shout-outs? Do you want to announce any shout-outs to anyone?
Pet, Plugger, Dynasty, Vettel, Tyler, and Shifty, and Evil Blade, and Yuki Bear. And you know what? Josh. Josh has been very good when it comes to setups. So thank you to Josh. Not that he shared any. I've stolen them from TT, but thank you.
You're most welcome.
Awesome. Yeah, congratulations once again, Edge. Well deserved. And yeah, like Josh said, we'll be privileged to see you next season. If not, enjoy the break, enjoy the whiskey, and congratulations, you're the Division 6 World Champion of Season 8.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, right. That is it. Josh, that is it. Division 6 is done and dusted. Two massive divisions that came down to the wire. Division 4 the other night, and Division 6. And, well, what an end to the season for Division 6 as well. Drama. Commiserations go to Aston Martin. And I know he didn't jump in, and I know his brother didn't, but Watanabe, Datora, the whole Aston Martin team, they did an absolute phenomenal job all season. Even though Datora doesn't even like the game, the guy still can put in some fantastic performances, and it'll be very good to see him hopefully back next season for a bit of a redemption. I'm sure of it, hopefully, if his brother can sway him the way to go. I do want Josh to announce something tonight, because we are finishing up. We've got one more race to go, Josh, which is you tomorrow night at Mexico in a mystery. And we've got the evaluations, which are going to start happening up soon. So what do we need from the guys before we get involved in the evaluation process for F125?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, we need your names put into our Season 9 sign-up. Your division and all the other information's all there. There's plenty of people that have thrown their names in there, so please just follow that template. What we are doing is we're doing a little bit of a different evaluation process this season. I think it'll be a little bit more thorough and a little bit more accurate in relation to getting people in the right divisions. What we're doing, SJ, is we're doing a evaluation over 4 weeks, where we run groups of drivers across each week, with the top drivers in each division, or each group, I should say, being moved up to race with faster people after our first week, and with our slower drivers sort of being moved down a division. So ideally, at the end of our 4 weeks, across our 4 races, we will have a very good idea of where our drivers are sitting, and what divisions we need to place them in. So look, go ahead, guys, come on, get signed up, throw your names in the hat. You'll be given your group initially, sort of loosely based off this season, and then we'll be making those adjustments as we move through. So got 4 weeks of pre-season after a week break, and then we are straight into our Season 9, SJ.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, which we're doing behind the scenes, and it's taking hours and hours and of preparation. So please, if you haven't signed up, please sign up, because if you are not signed up, you are not eligible for the draft, and you are not eligible for the evaluation races. You need to have that S9 role. I went through today and did all the sign-ups and gave them all S9 roles. So from Division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, season's done and dusted. You can relax, obviously pending penalties and stuff, but I don't think there'll be that many or much changing in regards to the front. So please get amongst it, because it makes our job a lot easier. You can go off and sit and go to the beach and go on holiday. We can't. We've still got to... I still can't delete the game yet until Wednesday night. Actually, I think until, probably Wednesday night after the race. So, make it a lot more easier for us. Get all the information in so we can then really, really start getting into F125, because I've played it, and it is going to be very, very exciting. The graphics make the game look amazing. The dynamics of racing is going to be a lot more difficult for some guys that like to brake later instead of earlier. So that is, and the dirty air is incredible on the and the DRS as well, and the ERS. It's just it has changed a lot. I will just say that if you haven't got it, get it, pre-order it. You've got plenty of time. Like Josh says, we've got 4 weeks of evaluations. We've got one more race to go tomorrow night, which is Division 3. That has been done and dusted, so that's just a bit of fun. Still up for grabs. I think Constructors are still up for grabs in Division 3. I think it's going very, very, very closely to the wire between Kick and Merc. Josh, obviously you want to finish on a high, I would say, to the end of the season.
Yeah, look, I've had a couple of unfortunate, silly little errors over the last couple of weeks. So, looking forward to a doubleheader tomorrow night. I do fairly well at Mexico. Had a good result last season, so hoping to replicate that for myself. And then who knows what the mystery round will bring? I'm hoping for a Monaco with wet weather, but we will see. We'll see what happens.
The mysteries, I'll tell you something, have been extremely kind. I think
They really have.
have been very, very good. We've had Canada, and China.
And a Qatar?
Qatar as well. So I think it's been pretty kind, and I'm glad I didn't do bloody Qatar. So yeah, it could be Spain, could be Monaco, could be any of these others. It could be Canada. Could be another Canada. Yes, he did say wet in Monaco. That's incredible. Why would you want that?
Because carnage, and I'll be avoiding it. We'll see.
Josh, thank you very much
all
season for jumping into the comms box. This is obviously your last one until we may see you again in 25. Thank you ever so much for jumping in with me and chewing the fat and chewing which was an incredible night of racing and drama to the T, which made us screech in some areas of tonight's stream. So thank you very much, mate.
Yes.
It's been a privilege.
My pleasure, mate. It's always fun jumping on comms with you, mates, and no doubt I'll be back next season at some point or another. But until then, mate, enjoy your evening, and so long and farewell.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much to everyone this season that's tuned in to Division 6. A fantastic work rate, especially with Dynasty as well. Massive round of applause from him. He ran the division for a long period of time. We did quite a lot of driver briefings. We got there in the end. I think the guys did start to take on board what we were learning. And it is learning. It is all about learning and developing. So a big props to him. It was his division and then until he stepped down. So yeah, massive props to Dynasty because he did look after these guys with utter respect as well. And congratulations to every single one of the drivers and all the reserves that have participated in this season. A massive congratulations to Edge, the world champion, to taking it out tonight, and also to Tura finishing in P2, and also Thunderballs in P3 as well. And also congratulations to McLaren as well for winning the Division 6 Constructors. There is one more race to go, ladies and gentlemen, before you all get to say goodbye to F124 and Season 8. Tomorrow night is Division 3. Plugger is already the announced champion. Who is going to win the Constructors? Is it going to be Kick, or is it going to be Mercedes? Thank you very much to all of our sponsors as well. AI369, they are launching at the end of June. Get ready. It's all going over social media. Get ready for it. We've got them Pagnian as well. So if you're needing sim gear going into F125, get amongst it. Also SimLab for pedals as well. And also Speed Nation, which will be the last time we will be announcing them as our sponsor for this season, as we do have a new sponsor coming on board for F125, which I'm looking very, very excited to have them on board. Thank you very much to all of our followers as well tonight. Bullseye, Keeper33, NWA, and also I'm Matt and Bomb as well, and everyone that tuned in and put the onboards on as always. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Div 6 is done and dusted. Congratulations, Edge. Well won. And we'll see you tomorrow night for more action for the finale for Division 3. Good night.